My name is Miles Hanksley. I am Galvanite. My names are synonymous with failure because that's all they know. They don't know how hard I've worked since the reactor. Today, I will prove that I'm not a failure. I am worthy of joining Phenomenova.
What's going on, guys? It's been a while since my last episode. Would you believe me? I've said I've been inconsistent with content, but we are back. I think this is an important one to talk about. It actually, come to think of it, it really wasn't a long wait at all between Invincible seasons 3 and 4, was it? It was less than a year, right?
Apparently, they're committing to yearly releases now.
Good. Yeah, I mean, listen, in theory, I like that. We'll talk about why things are kind of weird, but I will say there's a lot. So for context, between when we talked and had a panel discussion on season 3, I had not read the comics yet.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I have read all of it. I read it all on Global Comics.
Good, you get your man card back now.
And then I liked it enough where I got all 3 of these.
Oh, watch out! He's got omnis. He's totally a comic book fan. He's got omnis.
Yeah.
And 3 omnibuses.
Yeah. Well, there. Yeah. So
MSK's favorite thing, omnibuses.
Anyway. Yeah. So I think hold on 1 second. Cheers to Bad Sauce for just eating the last of the gluten-free cookies in front of his celiac wife without even offering her.
You bastard! You bastard!
You asshole!
Breaking news tomorrow: Bad Sauce's wife files for divorce.
Yeah, there we go. This isn't Invincible Versus. What does that mean?
It's a new video game that's out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. This past season was crazy. That it was. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it. So this time I was looking forward to it. I will say one of the things I've noticed about the comics is the first season was the furthest from it in the sense that it's like which I understand why, because the first, it's like really kind of finding its footing, and some of the early storylines are not the best. And so they kind of mix and match, and they mix and match a bit in season 2, but 3 is pretty on par. Same with 4. 4 especially, it's getting more and more comic accurate. But here's the thing with that. I'm judging it through a different lens this time, right? So it's the first time watching it that way. And so I kind of view it differently. But I will also say the Viltrumite War is mine and many other people's favorite part of the comics.
Yeah.
I was really, really, really excited for this season. Now, for the most part, do I think they did a good job? Yes. but the flaws stick out in large part because the stuff that is good is so damn good, and the stuff that is bad is so damn bad. And so I will say, episode 7 was like a better season finale than the season finale. The season finale was like, it would be like, imagine if like Conquest was the second to last episode, and then they spent a whole episode on like Rex's funeral, is what they basically did. Like, just because the last episode aired today. By the way, we are going full spoilers. If with the comics, it'll be up to this point. And with the show, it'll be obviously up to this. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens after this. But we'll talk about like the comics as it seems like they're going to get more accurate, which will be for better and for worse. But I guess going through with my thoughts,
the worst decisions ever, that's going to probably ultimately be their demise.
Yeah.
So we'll go through and talk. So my overall thoughts is, essentially, I think this is in some ways the best season yet, but the flaws are very glaring. And I also am biased towards looking at it through a different lens. What's going on, Doug? I didn't know the Invincible fighting game was coming. That's interesting. Okay. Arkham, first time on. How did you feel about the season? Just get some brief thoughts.
I absolutely agree with you on everything. 7 should have been the cliffhanger, especially with what they say at the end of it, what Mark says. I didn't mind 8, but 8 felt more like an epilogue.
See, I didn't even think that was just, I think it could have, like, okay, that being the ending for an episode would have been fine. Like, I didn't think the season we needed to wrap it up, but we could have even had, we could talk into it, but I just think that they did an entire episode. They could have paced it better. Mm-hmm. There's ample material in the comics where they did not need to pad that out. There's plenty of stuff they could have padded out in that.
This last episode could have easily been a half hour. Easily.
Yeah. Did you want? This is Ashton, right? If you want on, I'll send you a little. All right, Nick, over to you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a mixed bag. My personal favorite is probably like season 3-ish. Like I said, it has some high highs but some very low lows. Some stuff that I actually found downright offensive, and particularly the Hell episode, which was completely unnecessary. Not even in the comics.
Everybody agrees with you.
Not in the comics. Worst episode.
And so I'm coming at this as purely a show watcher, and I know a little bit about the comics. That's kind of where I'm coming from here. The stuff with Eve, I really, really did not like that. We had a bit of a back and forth on Twitter, kind of thing. But like, just the fighting was good. Some of the stuff I did love, like Debbie kind of reaming him out and like, oh, she's not going to take him back. 2 episodes later.
Yeah. Oh.
Did she take him back though?
She didn't really take him back.
She's on the path to. She's on the path to.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Because Robert Kirkman has talked about how the show is kind of like a clean slate to kind of do things differently or change some things that he wish he could have done better in the comics. So I kind of appreciate the fact it seems like they're taking a lot longer to really, redeem him in Debbie's eyes in a way. So
they're playing more of a long game with the together. So.
Because in the comics he shows back up and she just forgives him like outright, basically.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
the comics is much more to the point. He did have a really good line. There we go, Jason. Still have episode 7-8. You fake fan. I'm kidding. Jason is a big Invincible fan. Also, Jupiter is one sign up from 160. Oh shit! So I was sending him stuff. I'll tell you what I said. It's out of context. I'm wondering how, because I assumed he had watched the episode. What I said, the picture. It wasn't a big spoiler, but it was something that like he'd be like, "What?
What?
We'll tell later."
What?
All right, over to you. Bats, over to you.
Yeah, so I am an Invincible hater, but
we know.
Yeah, well, I've stated as such. But no, I do see some good in it. Like the early parts of this season, I was just like, oh man, is this going to completely like flip my opinion over? Shows have done it before. But overall, my hate comes from just overrated because I think there's so many inconsistencies. I'll get into that. And also relies way too heavily on shock value. Inconsistencies. I'd like, for a small example, like somehow their skin turns into paper if just as long as they point their hand. Fist does nothing. Pointed hand cuts through anything.
I think that's more of the technique, kind of martial arts technique thing.
Everyone check out Cosmortal Comics. He's reviewed Phenomenal issue 1. Hopefully, I'd love to see him do 2 and 3 because I think he'd really like. If you liked 1, you're gonna love 2 and 3, dude.
The Viltrumites all know Kudite from the Boondocks.
I see good at
So
it.
when
Credits.
very specifically, is like when a lot of times people come up with a headcanon for how something is explained, and that's okay to an extent, but when you rely too much on the audience's headcanon without explaining anything, I always find that as lazy storytelling.
I'm with Bats on this one.
Yeah. All right. Over to you, Nate.
Yeah, I thought the season was pretty good overall. I would still say season 3 is probably my favorite, just because, dude, like the conquest stuff is like some of my favorite like stuff from the comic books, and plus it's basically just Negan versus Glenn round 2. Like, when are you ever gonna get
avenging that episode of the
Yes.
And so
I will say though, I do appreciate the action a little more this season, because for a while everybody was calling Thrag kind of a fraud, and then episode 7 hit and you're like, fuck, this dude's scary.
You know how many times I had to bite my tongue when people were talking crap about Thrag, so I didn't.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, man, if only you knew.
Right.
If only you knew.
Okay, the show doing the wind-up punch where it's sucked in.
Was airbending.
I will say, rule of cool. I'm okay with it. I'm like,
that was an addition for the show.
It's stupid. It makes no sense.
Yes.
I'm like,
but holy crap,
cool,
does it look awesome.
That whole scene is one of the best additions that is original to the show.
Are you talking about the whole conversation between Nolan and Thrag?
If every single addition was that good, this would be the best season yet. Unfortunately, that was very much not the case. So let's start. So I will say, episode 1, I was shocked at how much ground they covered in episode 1. Like, because they covered the pace. They added a lot of the drama, so it's slower at the start. But they went through Dinosaurus. Like, I was shocked. They went through Dinosaurus,
which is crazy,
Universa, and
what happened to episode 1?
The Secret Invasion, all in the first episode. And then we switch over, and then I like they did a whole episode. I even like that they expanded a bit and showed the past with what. All right, so I'll give credit where it's due. Showing that flashback, where that flashback was fucking great. Where the invasion, the Scourge virus hits.
Dude,
hold on, real quick. I'm sorry, I don't think I give you a proper shout out, Jason. Let me plug your stuff more properly. I'm sorry. Continue.
You froze. Sorry.
Yeah, you keep freezing every here.
Still?
He froze on a great panel. Like, now this one's still fun.
Jupiter is so awesome. It is overloading Vaughn's computer.
If Vaughn paused on a frame that makes him look like he just saw tits for the first time.
Please, for the love of God,
am I still frozen?
No,
please,
you're
for
good
the
now.
Love of God. Somebody
Von
go back and
Bosman.
screenshot that. We need memes.
Vaughn looking at the camera like this.
Dude, fucking wild. Anyway, all right. So anyway, forgot about that. Now we have from MSK: watching Invincible makes you a nerd and a loser. Thank you,
God.
MSK.
Shut up, dickhead.
So then, all right. So second episode, I really liked. They expanded a lot. That whole part with the Scourge virus hits, I think, was such a well done scene. You see a bit of Viltrum culture. That to me was a really because the thing is, a lot of you never really. There's so much talked about in Viltrum that you never really see, and I was really happy to get to see more of it. Most of it was good.
Yeah. It almost makes me want to. It almost makes me want to see a show just about.
See, I don't
Viltrumites.
because
You don't?
we know what happens when they take too much time expanding. They waste time on dumb shit and then make things less cool by over explaining. But that I thought was a great scene, and it added because I don't remember if Nolan was as mad in the comics? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was he as mad when he found out Thaddeus was the betrayer? But
I don't know. No.
I don't remember him being
that was
mad.
a great addition
Yeah.
because you're like, holy shit, Nolan. Because they kind of gloss over that. So for Nolan, to be like, you killed my people. Like, I loved that.
So when they first told us more about what had happened, that they have their population and then the virus happened, I'm like, okay, now having the population thing isn't as dumb as it was, because that was incredibly dumb the way it's explained. But then they in later episode they really give you the details of why they have the population. I'm like, this is even more dumb.
that was
this is so incredibly dumb.
Yeah, oh my god, we found someone betrayed us. Let's all kill each other.
Our leader got killed. Like, kill each other, guys, and don't find the assassin.
Well, Bat, did you notice that it was actually not Nolan? I'm sorry. There was actually Thrag's weakness that allowed Thetis to live, because the Emperor Thal told him, "Hey, if you think he's weak, do something about it." And he said no, and then that ended up causing him.
Yeah, I like that.
That's interesting.
I thought that was I thought that was a good detail, but the result was just like mine. It was just like, what are we doing? By the way,
did you know the voice of Argyle is the voice of
Megatron?
Oh yeah.
So we have Argyle and Thaddeus arguing. It's
I didn't know that.
And Megatron arguing.
That's
funny.
I'm so glad they spent all this money on well-known voice actors. I sure wish it went to the fucking animation, though.
Oh God!
Can we talk about that?
Well, you know what?
This is like the number one animated show, is it not? This is the one I see the most traction on in the U.S.
Well, you're not the first person to bring that up.
No, I'm not.
Definitely not going to be the
I
last.
hope I'm not. Because holy fuck.
Like I get having like big names for like your main cast, like J.K. Simmons is worth it.
Yeah, the primary four
for Nolan, for that thing.
Stephen Yeun, J.K. Simmons.
Fuck voice actors.
Or you have Mahershala Ali,
them all
and just like a random role, or you have roles like people doing roles where you don't even know it's them, kind of thing.
But no, they somehow got Bruce Campbell to play the devil,
which is great casting. It's a shame.
It's cool casting, but the episode sucked.
No, it was Clancy.
Episode 3 and 4 sucked so bad.
Oh no, they did.
3 was 3. I remember liking. I think it was like 3 was when we pick up. I like that we cut away. I actually think it was a good use of the cliffhanger because it was slightly different order in the comics, where it was like you saw after Conquest they cut to Nolan and Alan, and then they cut back to them cleaning up their Earth. I like that they had to switch around because they're not going to have a season premiere of Invincible where it's Alan the Alien, right? Like that's not the Alien and Nolan. You need to see Invincible first. So that I get. And that was, I think, a good use of them rearranging stuff. And I think it was a good use of them cutting back to, okay, he killed this guy. And then it was
Has Alan the Alien done
episode 3 was the Flaxons. It was the Flaxons and who else?
It was the mafia story with Chiphead.
See, all right, so that was entirely original for the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That second fight with them, to my knowledge, was entirely original for the show.
I don't remember it in the comic books.
Yeah, that was not there. So the Flaxon, that was, so this is where we get to the first episode of them adding shit. Here's what my thought process is. I didn't actually mind it that much, but to be honest, it feels like we didn't accomplish a lot with that episode. Like, how did you guys feel about Leo?
It just made me hate Oliver a little more. And as the season went on, he's the most hated character for me in the show.
So I think that was just kind of unnecessary. And another thing too, so there's this series. I brought this up my possible predictions. Because whenever I feel like they're padding for time, I want to point out that they didn't have to, because there's this mini series called Guarding the Globe. So the Guarding the Globe, even if I didn't expect them to adapt the full thing, but even pulling from it would be, so by the time Mark gets back to Earth, so we follow, so Robot, Monster Girl, they go into this thing, right?
Yeah.
And they go with the Flaxons, and then the Guardians of the Globe, and then Mark is away. So like, shit, we got to expand the Guardians of the Globe. And that mini series, you see a lot more Brit. You see a lot. You really get to know these characters as well as some new ones. Now, the villain, in my opinion, was nothing to write home about. But if you wanted something to cut away from or pad out, you could have used that. But I understand they want to focus on what we know. I think one of the things like when it comes to what they chose to expand on, to me, like it definitely was them padding for time. I think them going through with the Flaxens. So basically, in the comic, they go through Monster Girl and Robot go through the Flaxen portal, right? The very same issue that the Conquest fight happens. But I didn't mind them spacing that out in this. But that third episode, it wasn't anything amazing, but it wasn't offensive.
Yeah.
Then we get to episode 4. Holy fucking God.
Holy fucking shit.
And the worst episode of the show was written by Robert Kirkman.
So I read somewhere that episode 4 is the lowest rated episode in the entire series so far.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
First, its biggest offense, aside from the blasphemy, which, look, I can have shows
Straight blasphemy.
Views. I can have shows with different views.
I can forgive a lot, but like this was just straight out offensive.
No, but even before that.
Satanism's totally cool, though, guys.
Even before
and having
that,
to get a made-up construct made to make people feel better.
Even before that, it was fucking boring.
I
was bored when they were having that whole overly long fight with the volcanic chick and then all these other demons. I'm like, I have never seen any of these characters in my life. I don't give a fuck that they're getting ripped apart. And then you invite Invincible. Yeah. By the way, shouldn't he have been in his yellow costume? I don't know. Anyway, why the fuck? I'm like, don't drag him in. I could just tell. I'm like, they're padding, and they didn't have to. And here's the thing: I can deal with like episode 3. There was some padding, but it did feed into the world.
Yeah,
it wasn't offensive or it wasn't boring. This was both.
Well, didn't they have like an after credit scene to like tease this episode at the end of season 3 as well?
Yes, and people were hyped because they're like a rejected storyline.
Yeah,
they were like a rejected storyline. Everyone liked because Damon Darkblood is in like a couple panels in the original comic, but he was so fucking cool in the show. People wanted more of him. Yeah. I wish I could take that back.
Clancy Brown.
I wish
he was supposed to be like a detective,
back and say, you know what? You either die here or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, I guess.
You could be a fat demon in detective wear, but you can't be a fat demon in like medieval armor.
Yeah, and like the stupid joke of them following, he's like, like every time he talked, you do this helmet back,
Exactly.
Dude, it was so
like
funny.
Millennial writing right there.
Dude, that episode is so bad, it makes me want to look at the actual devil and just go, perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Like the dialogue was written.
That's some actual blasphemy right there.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It was so bad.
Fuck.
It was like, and it was like,
and the worst part is,
I will say this.
It was unnecessary.
It was completely unnecessary. But
the devil's not bad. He's not evil. He's just a little bit spicy.
Go to hell, bats. Go to hell.
Why was it written like everybody was talking like they were?
The devil likes to party, baby. Yeah.
It's like so obnoxious.
I swear, if you told me that Joss Whedon ghost wrote this episode, I would believe you.
Dude, it was on top of that. I mean, not only did I not care what was going on. Okay, so like, look, obviously in fiction you can have I'll give an example. H.P. Lovecraft's an atheist, but he would do things like there, for example, Shadow Out of Time, where it say prophets were the result of not the Yig. What the fuck were they?
The Ick?
No. The
no, you're right. They're Yig.
No, not the Yig is the snake god. Yith. Yith.
Oh yeah, no.
Where they're like these beings that are from the distant past, and they swap brains with people in the distant future and give their like space knowledge, whatever. And that's what prophets are. So you could argue that's inherent, like anti-Christian, but it's like, it's just this is their world operates differently. I'm fine with recontextualizing the world, adding new ages, kind of like At the Mountains of Madness, except At the Mountains of Madness doesn't suck balls. This sucked. And it's also like for you to be like Satan is real, God, or God doesn't. It's like, okay, so Kirkman, because he never answers that question. He made sure to go out of his way when rewriting to say, hey guys, Satan is real and he's not that bad, but heaven definitively does not exist as we know it. He went out, and here's the thing. That's obviously you can do what you want with your lore. I don't hate everything that's not Christian. That's not my problem.
I felt like it was Robert
safe
Kirkman
edgy. It's safe
specifically
edgy.
talking to the camera to be like, "Hey guys, I don't like Christianity. Hey, did you know? Did you know I think this is foolish? I want you to know. I think it's lame and gay. Just so you guys know."
Yeah, well, he
Like-
has this comic that he did called, and again, listen, I have
Also,
plenty
his
of
camera phones
writers.
again on the perfect image.
I mean, it's
plenty of
cringy.
writers
It's
that I-
cringy is what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. It more than anything.
Well,
Like whatever. You can hate
I call
Christianity.
it safe edgy. It's safe edgy, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
image
all right,
was of-
Kirkman. Any other religions you want to make fun of? No, I didn't think just the popular safe one. Okay, buddy. So here, like, okay, this is the first comic he worked on. Notice how Jesus is like an idiot in this. This
What
is
the
like one of his
fuck?
first comics that Kirkman ever wrote. I didn't know about this until John's Longbox brought it up.
Wow.
So there it is.
Why is the Pope jacked? What's going on?
I don't
here?
know.
Honestly, based.
I mean, when you have the weight of when you have the weight of God on your shoulders, you tend
Yeah, but notice that depiction of Jesus right there.
Okay,
That's
Yeah.
just Shaggy from Scooby Doo 30 years later.
Yeah, well, that's what he thinks of Jesus. Apparently, look, I've never read the book, but
well,
I,
expand Leviticus.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it. Obviously, I fucking hated it. But the biggest defense was that it was fucking dude. How long did that scene go on where they're falling?
Too long.
like 3 minutes
Too
at
long.
least.
And here's the thing. So they're never, because everyone hated this episode, they're probably never going to revisit this plot line again. Because the whole time I'm thinking, I don't want to be back here. This sucks.
If people rewatch the season, that's going to be the episode that they skip over. Like nobody's going to watch that. So in reality, we don't have season 4 is not made of 8 episodes. It's made of 7 episodes.
Yeah. So that was fucking
Gonna go the
cringe.
way of the Simpsons Michael Jackson episode.
Oh God.
So I mean, yeah, it was cringe. So then we get to the good shit. I fucking love episode 5. Episode 5 is stellar.
Remind
it
me
is-
again.
That is where the Viltrumite War starts. So, like I said, in the comics, that story started with
That's when they get attacked, right?
no. That's when they leave. They come down to Earth and they leave, and there's the conquest fight. There's the confrontation. So I'm going to tell you, Debbie
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so here's
That-
a thing that's better. Debbie and Nolan's interaction way better
yeah,
than the comic.
Yeah,
Way she like forgives him too easily in the
Mhm.
comic. I appreciated that way more in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A female tech jacket is an unnecessary change. I've been on record saying I'm not crazy about the
she's
tech
not
jacket.
even a good character. She does nothing.
I've been on record saying I read the tech jacket mini
Why was she so
original
important
mini
to
series.
get?
And
She is consistently getting bodied. Every Viltrumite fight.
well,
She
hold
is-
on, let me finish.
Sorry,
real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've read that miniseries. I've been on record saying I'm not crazy about this. I know there are some big tech jacket fans. I'm not like a huge fan of the character, but for those that are, they are fully within their right to be pissed about that change. Like people were like, oh, no one cared about this character. No, people did. You know how I know people did? Because when he showed up for 2 seconds in season 3, people lost their shit. Tech jacket. So he definitely has just because I wasn't that crazy about that original miniseries. I didn't hate it or anything, but I just was like, I just thought the problem with Tech Jacket I have is he's just too good.
I forgot he was
everything
in
right
season
away.
3. So Tech got a
Well,
sex
she
change
apparently-
between seasons.
No, I think people did theorize that it was a chick, and I was like, it's probably just a thing.
Oh.
And then
I will defend Tech Jacket on one thing when you're done, Vaughn.
But another thing, that was another thing. If you wanted to pad for runtime, if Tech Jacket's going to be such a key character, why not pull from some of that miniseries? Even have a flashback episode with Tech Jacket. Another thing, why not do like there was an Adam? This is another weird thing. They had all this shit. Why not put some budget to, I don't know, maybe like the fucking Rexplode and Adam Eve miniseries, which I actually like better than the Adam Eve.
They did a whole Adam Eve special. at
Yeah,
one
which
point.
was-
Why not
that
just
was
do a Tech
padded.
Jacket special?
Yeah, well, no, Tech Jackets. Or here's another thing: Demon Slayer did this thing where they do story arcs, and each season would the length would depend on the arc.
Mhm.
You could have had a shorter season,
Yeah.
or you could have done other things. Anyway,
Save money.
this episode, episode 5, though, was fucking fantastic.
Mhm.
I love it.
For the most part.
Tech Jacket, though. I like that was a small change. It didn't seem necessary, but like, okay, they go up. To be fair, in the comics,
Why is she there? Like,
That's
why
so
is
the
Tech
comics
Jacket
is
there?
not much better.
She's weak as heck. She's weak as heck.
I read the Tech Jacket miniseries afterwards, because in the actual Invincible comics, they go find out Tech Jacket is with the miniseries. Like there's a note, but if you just read the comics, they give you no from what I remember. Do they give you any context for Tech Jacket in the comic either? Or is it, hey, this other character from a Robert Kirkman book is going to show up?
They kind of do.
Do they?
And
we know
I kind
he's-
of like that they kept in how Tech Jacket's just like a fly on the wall compared to the Viltrumites. Even in the comic book, when he spoke up, the Viltrumites were like, "Just go away. We're busy. We're talking."
But he was from what I remember, he pulled his. He also looked fucking cool. But
he looked a lot better.
Yeah, but what I remember was, so Tech Jacket, for those that don't know, there's like multiple races. So there's like Battle Beasts, there's all those. The short green people, the Geldarians, they're very weak, but they have this insanely powerful armor. And when it bonded with a human, that is a superior species. Tech Jacket, he just fucking became his beast. And my problem with the series actually is Tech Jacket is so OP that he just literally solves every problem in 2 seconds. But in the Viltrumite war context, that's someone you want on your team. Let's see that guy who beats everyone in 2 seconds go up against Viltrumites. That's fucking cool. But you don't know any of that. I had to fucking tell all of you that.
Yeah.
Did they even explain? Like they probably dropped the term Geldarian.
Useless.
Yeah, like every
that's
time a
another thing,
Viltrumite
too.
got their hands on her, they were literally 2 seconds later, they ripped off her armor, like crushed her helmet.
They could have easily, because
Made her
fucking
so weak.
Tech Jacket is like OP as shit in the comics, to the
Yeah.
point where it's like they could have had some cool shits, but instead what they do, and I made a short talking about this, is they nerfed other characters around Tech Jacket while also nerfing Tech Jacket.
Yeah.
She was overall a net negative on the series. And also even some of the few jokes that Tech Jacket makes just don't work, and it felt like they were trying too hard.
She's
So
got
So the
no
out of
person-
context
she has no
message, I said this
personality.
as a
There's
joke.
nothing
I
to
go,
her character.
so now this is with the out of context
So I
message
get-
I
I
sent
get-
to Jason Sandberg. I just put a shot of her making a joke. I said, "Women aren't funny." But it's because like the jokes, they were trying too hard, whereas the jokes were more natural with Tech Jacket in the comics. Like, okay, so they tried to swap it out where Tech Jacket has a beard, and he comes back with a beard, and his dad's like, "You got a beard, you got a beard." Instead, they had a really awkward exchange with Mark and Oliver later. That wasn't
no, it was
really that
Nolan
funny.
and no, I think it was Mark and Oliver, and they like zoomed in on Oliver to be like, "Hey,
Which
look,
is
he's got
dumb.
like pubes."
Which was dumb. And then on top of that, so that joke wasn't, because it was a quick joke that was pretty funny and like mildly funny in the comics. And then you had when he comes, so that was when he comes back. But in the show, they changed it where, "Dad, you're weird, you're icky," and it didn't work. They combined this with again, padding for time. A one-panel joke ended up being 2 separate scenes that both went on too long.
Yeah. So I get why Adam Eve couldn't join this fight because of pregnancy and losing the powers. But did they like care? I don't remember. Did they like not care about getting her to go on the fight? Because I always ask, I'm like, Adam Eve is the most OP character.
I'm
ever.
going to assume, and this is again headcanon filling in the gaps. Mark probably like had a conversation with Nolan, be like, "Yeah, her powers aren't really working that well." Because remember, there's like that one quick shot where or Eve and Mark fly off, and Mark is carrying Eve, and Nolan knows Adam Eve. He knows her powers, so
Yeah.
obviously, like Nolan.
Okay, so
Nolan's
yeah, I
seen
just
that.
might have misremembered. Yeah.
Well,
no,
she
no, that's
also
fine.
brought up to Mark that she was literally afraid to fly because she was
Yeah.
afraid of her powers might
Now,
just shut off.
Here's
True,
what
true,
I'm
yeah.
I'm thinking about this now, because everyone probably hates how that ended up, right?
Mhm.
That's here. Now obviously the writer makes a choice. Even if I hate a choice they make, that's their choice and it's their
Mhm.
story, right? I would have just cut that all together, or even have it be that she could fight and have a miscarriage or something. Fucking, that would have been a million
That
times
would've been
better. But
better,
they
yeah.
wanted to put a pro-abortion message, which look,
Conquest
I'm
just
pro
sends her
life,
ass into the
but
sun.
even outside of that, I
But
don't
in the
think there's.
context, it just makes it like even if you are pro-choice, like it's still an incredibly crazy idea. I had nobody to talk to. What do you mean? I get
Debbie.
your parents suck. Yeah, I know Debbie.
Like, you don't
didn't
think-
even try
you
to
don't-
talk
you
to her.
don't
You
think-
just kill her grandkid.
You don't think Debbie would take one look at Mark at Debbie, like all Debbie has to all Eve has to say is I'm pregnant, and Debbie would instantly go into mommy mode. She would take care of Eve, and she would help take care of that kid. Like she took care of Nolan's love child that wasn't even hers, for crying out loud. Like it's her grandson. You really think? I'm
while
sorry,
he's overseas. Well, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but to do it while he's overseas fighting for the planet. And you do that to him?
I remember this one comment on Twitter.
Evil.
We're like,
hold on.
imagine
MSK,
if
is Mark and Eve getting on wink wink gay. What does that even mean? Thank you for the $2, MSK.
But like, there's like this Twitter comment I wrote. I wrote it. I didn't write it, but I read it. Sorry, I want to make sure that's clear. Where someone said, "Imagine if Mark had gone off to war, died, and then Debbie found out that Eve had aborted."
This is what I'm saying.
The grandson. Do you realize how furious Debbie would have been?
That was.
I want to add something to that when you get a sec, Nick.
Okay, sorry. And
I just think this is straight up evil, and this
is
is
my word.
Eve is never like I can never like Eve for the rest of the series after this point because Eve. Another thing too, it felt like he wanted to do a really pro-abortion message instead of the story, but it's like all right, looking at it, even outside of that, another thing too. All right, just getting personal for a second. So like, okay. I lost my dad in 9/11. I know a lot of people that did. I have friends that I know whose moms were pregnant with them when the attacks happened. They never met their dads and were born after. Right? That is like good people would still keep the kid alive. If anything, that's a memory of the father that passed.
Yeah.
This is fucking
legacy.
Evil. And this is supposed to be a superhero. That is, if you love someone, right? And you have the chance to carry on their legacy, and you think, oh, he died. Wouldn't you be like making sure you love them so much to bring that baby? And it's just evil. It's fucking straight up evil.
The only way I could see that you can save that choice is if she said something towards the nature of, I had no choice. I didn't know you were coming back. If they showed up, I needed to be able to defend Earth. Right?
Well, hold the fuck up. If you need to defend Earth, you know what could help? A Viltrumite mixed with Adam Eve's powers.
Yeah.
That's your fucking secret.
Also, she didn't
if the
know.
Viltrumites show up, you could even say, don't kill me. I have a Viltrumite child. So it's indefensible from that standpoint, too.
Or she's not guaranteed to get her powers back.
You know? Right. So, I mean,
and also
I think it was, I didn't even like it in the
travel.
comic book. I thought it was out of character in the comic.
It literally tanked Eve's character, and then Eve becomes like a piece of shit from that moment on. And we're like, Eve goes from one of my favorite characters to the fucking worst. Like it's crazy. Like how much she goes from one of my favorites to holy fuck. It's only down here from here, boys.
A lot of characters do kind of get hit with the plot bat. Like for example, Robot. I know kind of I'm not going to spoil it, but like Robot is also a character who gets some downgrades in the future.
It depends on how you look at it. I don't think
that's a downgrade.
Depends on how you look at it. I wasn't crazy about that whole storyline to an extent. I wasn't crazy about it. Mark becomes such a cucked bitch from this point forward. Is one of my problems with him. And Eve, that fucking succubus, she becomes this horrible woman.
And then Mark's like, it's all my fault. Like, what?
Also, do you think they're going to or you think they're eventually going to do the storyline with Anissa? Because you saw when Mark said he killed Conquest, did you see the shot of Anissa going?
Yeah, they're doing that shit.
They better do that. If they don't do that,
watch though, because they're simps for women. They'll be like everything. Women are amazing, even when they literally murder babies.
I mean, dude,
pieces of shit.
That storyline is pretty like having your main hero here. I don't know if I can say the words on your stream, but like getting assaulted like that. I don't think people would tolerate that.
Dude, I mean, the moment Anissa showed up in season 2, there's already a certain part of the internet that's just like, take me.
Kill it with fire.
I'm like, what is wrong with you guys?
Kill it with fire.
So is in this current time, is Adam Eve, she able to affect buyout, use their powers on like
only when she's near death.
Yep. Only when she's near death. Because I'm like, she could just turn the Viltrumites to.
Dude, but isn't there like something that's her in action? How about instead of gender swapping tech jacket, you take out that whole fucking stupid idea and put Eve in the action? No, I guess I'll go fuck myself. Even though she obliterates Conquest, and even the comics, that was a problem in the comics too. This is an inherently bad idea that was from the comics. that, so I have to, this is them being faithful. But even in the comics, the way they handled that storyline was better. I talked about this in my video. In the comics, it's like we know she's pregnant. What's happening? To their credit, they really lean into the suspense of that. Like, so he comes home, he has his confrontation with Thrag. Sorry, we're kind of skipping around a lot. Mm-hmm. He has his confrontation with Thrag. We'll get back to the abortion stuff later. But we'll get back to the other stuff later. But she has the whole conversation, right? But the way it's happening is because he never knew she was pregnant. She has this like kind of guilt. Did you tell him yet? Blah, blah, blah. And they're having dinner with Immortal and Duplicate, and they have these little twins. And she starts fucking crying, and she goes outside, and she's like, I'm sorry, I had an abortion. And then he's still sitting, he's like, I'm sorry, which even in the comics, I'm like, what the fuck are you sorry for? I'm sorry I went off and saved the world. I'm sorry you had to deal with this alone. Bitch, she would have died if you didn't. What the fuck is he like? Even in the comics, it was stupid, but in the show, they remove any semblance of guilt from her. She doesn't seem to have an ounce of guilt in the show, and he is like, no. What is he apologizing for exactly?
If anything,
I kept rewinding that scene. What is it? I'm so sorry.
If anything, he should be upset to a degree.
He's like, you're feeling bad. Paying. I should be feeling bad that you have to go through that.
He's like, I almost was a father. You killed my kid.
Yeah,
even if you're okay with it, like I feel like even if you're okay with abortion,
you might be like, I need a moment.
You should be upset that your child had to die or whatever.
It's like,
and he doesn't care about that.
If you're gonna make the whole audience uncomfortable, have the uncomfortable conversations.
He is lucky. He is lucky that he didn't leave her or she didn't leave him because he wasn't treating her like the queen she is.
What she ends up doing later in the comics, she's a fucking piece of shit, dude. Fuck Adam Eve.
Sorry,
I really wish they would have done the visit to Immortal and Duplicate. And for when we were talking about, doing stuff to add time, they should have brought that side of the story in there.
Oh no, really Von Coleman when he sees Adam Eve in these streets.
Yeah, he freezes. That's the key word. His rage causes his camera to freeze.
Yeah. Oh, am I freezing again? Imagine
just for a second.
An older comment, but I saved it. Imagine a person who would justify hating on Christianity because they can't stand someone criticizing their actions, and then telling them they don't like the things they have been doing, then defend Amber. This is what I'm talking. This show is like, okay, there's good morals somewhere, but towards the end, this is one of my issues with the comics. When it's at its best is when there's good morality. Mm-hmm. When it's at its worst is when it tries to like justify. And here's the thing: I know people say like morality is subjective, which I'm not. Kirkman would think that, right, given his views. But it's like, okay, even outside of the theological perspective, because it's theology. Let's be honest, has nothing to do with the arguments we're making in regards to Eve's decision. From every perspective you look at it, she doesn't do a good choice. And we're supposed to feel bad for her. Why? Because specifically his political views. Like, okay, this is what I'm talking about when people insert politics. Like this, from every objective standpoint, we could have had her in action. We could have had, we could have had a kid. We could have had, there's so many better options. And we chose, not only did the characters choose the worst choice, from a narrative perspective, from a character perspective, what a missed opportunity on all fronts. Like, it sucks. Mm-hmm. It's shitty on every way you look at it. And I want to touch on that, but then I do want to get back to the good stuff. Because here's the thing. That fucking 5th episode is amazing. I fucking love that episode. That's you
okay.
Don't?
No, it was pretty good. I liked a lot of the action. I was actually enjoying. There was a few times, like literally, they like zoom in on his hand. He's like, "Knife hand, you're in trouble."
Is that the Conquest Round 2 episode?
Yes.
I don't remember. Maybe
my biggest question is
but,
so. Sorry, pass us. I'll go after you.
Well, then just like also the way that Conquest died.
I was about to get on that. Yeah,
it's a little silly, but there was nothing in that fight where I was like, "This is stupid," which does happen.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on there because Viltrumites can hold their breath for very long periods of time.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the way that Mark killed him was by choking him out. A race that can hold their breath for a very long time, even if he actually exhaled before this, like which I'm not sure if they did show that. If they did, it's very like kind of
in
messy.
the comics. There's actually a line that explains that, which is they cut a lot of like good things
just from a
comics.
martial arts perspective. It's not you're not cutting off the oxygen. You're cutting off the cardiovascular,
the blood flow.
Right, so that causes the brain to go into shutdown, and then of course brain death.
That
Assuming
does
human
make
physiology
that would
for
make
Bill
sense, but it
assuming human physiology for Bill
the visual storytelling was him running out of oxygen, not blood flow.
Yeah,
I think it was just literally choking him, cutting the whole thing off, just almost decapitating him with his hands. You know what I mean? Just because I
mean, they like.
I
they
don't see him.
like
I
a
didn't
brunch-
think Conquest was grasping for breath at all. I think
I
it
can
was.
never eat hot. I can never eat hot pockets again after watching episode 5.
Also, I'm sorry,
that's
Mark
pretty
should be
brutal.
dead. All of his
Yes,
intestines
yes.
were literally on the floor. Like, what did they just shove them in there? Like, they just like shove them in there haphazardly, wrap some bandages, and then pour soy sauce down his throat for 6 months.
I mean, I always thought that was cool. One of the reasons I like that in the comics is it's like he's so locked in. He's like, no, like, and even no matter what, he has that perseverance. He's so locked in on this one goal of strangling him that he's like he'll take the rip. Now in the show
many
they
muscles
added
do you,
like him grabbing and pulling. That was made up for the show because in the
It
comics,
was visceral.
yeah,
But then why are you doing that? Why are you cutting through his stomach when you can?
Dude, I was
Cut off
literally
his arms.
eating. I got off work that day, came home, I had a really shitty day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Invincible. You know, whole episode was going great. I'm in the middle of eating Hot Pockets as I'm watching this, and I'm just
Just be glad it wasn't like spaghetti.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
imagine eating spaghetti and meatballs. Like you had a plate of
dude,
spaghetti and meatballs.
I'm weird. I do that when I watch The Thing.
You know, I'll agree with Bat Sauce on this one thing. Bat Sauce, you brought up shock value earlier.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were like, okay, this is a very fucked up, gruesome moment from the comic books that everybody knows about. How can we make it even more fucked up and gruesome? Let's just have Conquest continuously grab onto his guts and pull them out as Mark is strangling the fuck
they rely
out of him.
way too heavily on it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just they have to keep upping the ante.
Yeah.
You know, and
I agree
that's where
with Bat on that too.
Yeah.
If it would have just been like maybe one pull, understood. The fact that they did it over and over and over again, I thought it was just for pacing alone. I thought it was too far drawn out.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It's
okay,
like we
get it, come
criticized
on.
early Game of Thrones for their excessive nudity to gather people in. Why can't we not criticize them for their excessive goriness? For the leather, it's literally they're literally trying to fish for the same outcome.
I don't know if I'm desensitized, but so many people are like, "Oh, it's so gross." To me, I was like, "Wow, this is still going."
It's not that it's grossing me out. I mean, that scene did gross me out, but I'm okay with it. But it's more the fact that it's used in place of storytelling. Like I feel like people watching, they're like, "Oh my god," because they're like, "It's so crazy." People are blowing up and everything. I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't mean that the writing's good."
I don't think it was in the lack of storytelling. What I think it was meant to be is a water cooler moment to get people.
Yeah, it's a water cooler moment. Like it's no different than like, hey, did you see that moment when Amber Benson showed her titties in that movie, man? Like it's there's no difference.
I think there's more to it because I can understand the perspective. How do we deepen that? Where it's like Mark is so determined that even after that, he's like, I will get this done. I really like that.
A really good example of like the abuse of shock value when Rexplode killed himself, and he's like, I still got one more thing, and it like he reached in to touch his rib cage. I'm like, you're always touching your bones though. Like, why does it have to be specifically your bone? Like, you know what I mean? It was unnecessary of them just being like, oh, because it's gonna be really brutal and shocking for him to stick his hand inside and touch his own bones.
That didn't bother me at all because that's pretty much exactly how it happened in the comic books. I think
that one was
when he just blow himself up.
That I mean,
like I still got my own body.
It works within the context of the scene, but also it's actually a really quick shot. Like it's like
it's a really quick shot.
Half a second of him reaching in, whereas this one it goes on for like almost 30 seconds of him just like. You know, it goes on and on.
Yeah,
and
it
on
went way too far, Nick. If they would have done like 10 seconds of the gut pull, fine. I would have no problem with it. To me, it bored me.
It
I was
almost
like, okay, we
lasts
get it.
2 minutes.
Let's go.
I timed it.
That's what
It-
I think. Yeah, I think
yeah.
it went on a bit
That's
long.
wild. Yeah.
In
To
half.
me, to me, I was like,
It
wow.
loses its
still
shock
going.
value after like the first 30 seconds, and then at the minute and a half marker, like, is this over yet?
Like
Yeah.
we're still
How much
going.
does he have? Yeah.
Well, my next talking point, because we were talking about violence servicing the story. I think that Nick, you brought up Game of Thrones. The violence and just the visceral nature of some of the scenes in Game of Thrones, I kind of feel like just services the story. Because when I always go back to the Red Wedding episode whenever this talking point gets brought up. The violence in the Red Wedding is in service of the story, as opposed to this, where it's like, okay, how much can we shock the audience?
Yeah.
Oh,
Agreed.
well, yeah, it's like, I mean,
if the key moment of season 1 is Ned getting his head chopped off.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of need to show them
it-
and like the scene where they have Ned's head on a spike. I mean,
Shock value is a tool. It's
Yes.
it's a good thing, but it can be
Yeah.
abused.
Yeah.
And I think the show
but when you do it purely just to try and gross out the audience and not service the story with it, it just kind of loses its flair.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, you're just trying to be gross.
there's a
for the
difference
fuck
between
of
not
it.
holding back. There's a difference between like not holding back and being gratuitous. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I don't know that it was entirely necessary. I don't think it was necessarily bad either. I don't think it took away, but I think the idea that Mark is hanging on
No,
and
I
he's
mean,
like he's disemboweled, but he's like, I won't fucking let this go. Like that is to me still one of the coolest moments in the comics.
yeah.
every time a superpower person gets their like head chopped off or something like that, it's just they're always trying to kill him in more grotesque ways, and it's sometimes that's good. It's good to have that shock value, but sometimes it doesn't make the story better. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people do view and they're just watching it for the gore porn.
Yeah.
If I want to watch gore porn, I'll just go watch Saw. Not
And if I want to watch a cool scene of a guy's head blowing off, I'll just boot up the clip from Scanners.
Symbolism is a tool, but if you just have a story packed that goes with symbolism, but the story is confusing or sucks, then that can't make the story good. I agree with that. I don't think that's what they were doing there.
Yeah. I don't know.
So episode 6, I liked.
Which one's that one?
The episode
Oh, the
6,
recovery
they
episode.
come back. I like that we saw a bit more of the war. Battle Beast again. What's weird to me is like they have their choices on what to expand on and what not, and like Battle Beast kind of like, oh, we don't know where he is, and how did he get
he
there?
just shows up.
I'm like, that could have been cool. Maybe instead of making a fucking hour-long epilogue, we could have had more time with that.
Also, can I just say I find it really on the nose that so they have this like warrior race, this warrior beastly race of people who crave battle, but they're honorable, and they hire Michael Dorn, aka Worf.
Yeah.
Like I felt like don't get me wrong, his voice is great and he does a great job with the voice, but hiring Michael Dorn, I feel is really on the nose.
I
would like for them to do a Battle Beast origin kind of like movie like they did for Adam and Eve. I would have loved the Rexplode one because I like that backstory. It's a very good backstory. But Battle Beast actually has a really cool backstory that their world was. Have you guys read it at all? I don't want to spoil
No, I think Vaughn
Okay.
read it, but
Get
I
a
don't
chance
care.
to read that story. It's quite cool when you see that Battle Beast brought peace to his planet by being Battle Beast. Because everyone's just like, yeah, we're done. Nope, we're not fighting anymore. Just that guy's like,
We don't
Is
want
there
the
other
smoke from you,
people-
my guy.
yeah, they're
On
like,
his
let him go off
that
planet.
I have brought peace with gratuitous violence.
Wait, are there people
No,
on his
they
planet
brought
that are
peace to the world because of Battle Beast's violence. They're like, no, we're not fighting anymore. You don't have to fight. Go away.
Wait, but are there people on his planet that are of similar strength, close to?
Underneath, he's basically their threat.
Yeah, no, okay, but there's got to be some people that can
Yes,
maybe put up like a little bit of a fight against a Viltrumite, maybe put a couple of them against a Viltrumite.
Well, that's the thing is with why he brought peace to his whole world is because he was at such a high level, nobody could touch him.
What I'm saying is like they couldn't bring like 100 to the Viltrumite.
I would
War.
assume that if they
Or
had
1,000 to the
Battle Beast
Viltrumite
training
War.
arc, I'm sure they could probably maybe.
Bat Sauce is like,
What
we
we
could bring him along for fodder. I mean,
Well, you could literally bring anything to. It would help as fodder as a distraction.
Like look at what
to-
the Reanimen
yeah.
did to Nolan. Like they actually put up a fight against Nolan.
Well, Vaughn brought this up earlier, and they didn't even in the comics. I don't think she's back. Why wasn't Universa in that fight against the Viltrumites? Mark,
That would,
doesn't
yeah.
care
Well, I
her
guess he
life.
didn't think about that
She
yet.
should have came back and helped him.
Well, she
Right.
only appeared in one episode this season. She didn't do anything else beyond what she did in episode 1, I think.
Well,
Right,
she
but
did.
don't you think you would be like, hey, this chick owes me a favor, get a hold
Yeah.
of her and be like, we need you.
Also,
I could-
like how many times like we've seen the Maulers can go toe to toe with Invincible on a strength. Why
I
don't you
wanna
just
see the
like
Maulers again.
Because Mark doesn't want to kill him. That's
Aren't
the
they dead? Aren't they-
only reason why they can fight.
Yeah,
Invincible.
well, they
Mark would
get
just-
revealed to. I don't know if they get revealed in Guarding the Globe, either in Guarding the Globe or Invincible Universe. One of those series, the Maulers are basically make their comeback and like, we're alive.
also
But
power
they never
play.
really do anything.
AKA the worst verse voice ever. I'm sorry, Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, I
He was
love
using-
Jesse.
I love Jesse Pinkman, but he was using his he can't keep getting away with this voice the entire time.
Every fucking
Yep.
line. And here's the thing: that was a single 20-something page issue that they made an entire. Again, to my point, that was.
So
an
why did
entire-
they bring Powerplex? He
that-
soloed
in
in
the
Invincible
comics?
variant.
In the comics, that story worked because it was a quick one issue. But then when they added like all these other encounters and that screaming voice didn't work for 50 minutes. It just
If they had
didn't.
brought Powerplex, Thrag would have popped his head like a fucking zit. Like, what do you-
Yeah, they should have brought him.
I get it.
then we could finally hear the end of "You did this to us."
Are you hang on, Heroinberg?
There's got to be a troll, right?
This has got to be a troll. She's not a hero. She's a fucking villain at a certain point.
Oh,
So-
I think she's
Bitch
canonically worse
does.
than Satan in the
Dude, in the Invincible universe,
by the show's own logic,
actually,
she is actually worse
Yeah.
than Satan. By the show's
He's-
own logic.
Is she
Yeah,
worse than
dude.
Amber? Are we gonna say that?
I would say so.
Yes,
honestly,
absolutely.
Amber was a big meanie. Okay?
But I feel like if
Adam
Amber
Eve is
had
a
gotten
fucking
pregnant with Mark's
child
child,
because
I don't know if she would do done that.
yeah,
as
no,
I'm
I'm
watching
saying
the episode
super heroine.
tonight,
No, I'm saying no, she's not.
yeah.
Eve
Literally
is not
just
a
pick a
fucking
woman.
hero.
Well,
Pick a
as I'm
woman.
watching
Think
this
any
episode
woman,
tonight,
any woman walking down the street is a better superheroine than fucking Adam Eve.
Vaughn's mother is a better superhero than Adam Eve.
Yeah, I mean, yes, she
my
didn't kill
mom's a
me.
nurse, so I
So-
guess she's she's better.
His mom saves lives. Thus, he's
That's like a
better than Adam
backhanded
Eve.
compliment.
Yeah, I don't know why my mom was roped into this, but anyway,
Well, as I'm watching the episode tonight, they're talking about the abortion thing, and I'm like, damn. I didn't think you could make me like hate a character more than
dude,
Amber.
I think
but
this,
congratulations.
My hope is that this episode has the adverse effect in that it's like they did such a bad job that people might go, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't allow that at all.
We're all
Because they
looking at
have
Amber.
shown that
It's a self-owned.
We're all looking at Amber like Thanos. Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Yeah, for real, dude.
So here's
need to
hoping in the
repeal the
next
19.
season they're like, they didn't really like that storyline. Like maybe we should like cut out the I really hope they cut out the Amber cheating portion.
Well-
I really hope that.
Well, isn't there a subplot in the comic books where Invincible is like helping Amber because she's dating somebody else, and he's
That's
just
like
beating
a
the
yeah.
shit out of
That
her?
lasts like a second. Yeah, yeah.
Why did they leave that out of the show?
Because they have to
at
make
that
room.
point-
They have to
because
make
at that
room
point-
for a fucking Satan episode.
Because they got rid of Amber really quickly. I think they realized just how unlikable she was, and they kind of
No.
booted her off as quickly as they could.
But I think I would have rather had the abusive boyfriend episode than that.
Then Bruce Campbell going, "Yeah, baby."
Yeah, So annoying, man. It looked like it was written for toddlers.
I love
Or
Bruce
TikTok.
Campbell, but I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, man?
That was a
He's
TikTok.
collecting a paycheck. That's what he's doing. He's collecting a paycheck. I am not mad at Bruce Campbell for taking this job, by the way. I am not mad at him at all. It was probably a good fucking paycheck. For like little
So, should we talk about the actual fight, the war?
I fucking love. So
I
this
love
is
the
one of my.
episode.
I love what
favorite-
it did with Thrag. They built him up, and when it finally came time, they actually paid it off. Like he was like Thrag is like you see him, you're like, oh shit! Like it kind of reminded me of like season 1 Nolan towards the end, where like you see him, and you're like kind of scared. I think they did a really good job with her.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna stop you. I'm ready when you are.
Overall, I think it's definitive proof that there isn't a Viltrumite that isn't over 40 IQ. I just like, especially the ones attacking the Viltrumites and the Viltrumites themselves. Like, that was they're all really dumb. I mean, I get Thrag was there trying to aura collect, but I'm like,
I mean,
bro, you have like less than 50 people left. How about you just wipe them
come
out?
on, man.
Like,
You know, I'm the big
and I'm like,
anime
bro,
guy.
he got a space gun that could literally wipe out your planet.
But man, like, but I appreciate a villain that just stands there in aura farms while everyone's fighting. Like,
Dude, the aura farm thing's gotta stop.
Cool.
It's so stupid.
Thrag's just standing there
It
staring
only
at
works if he's doing it and
menacingly.
he doesn't get things messed up as a consequence of aura collecting.
standing there.
Okay.
Menacingly.
The point I was trying to bring up before, it's just like, why did they go there with like 5 people? Like, what? What? Like, they didn't even take like one like battleship or something.
Again,
Like-
with the thing, one of the things they could have expanded on with the comics is, okay, Space Racer, who, by the way, underrated GOAT, and Space
Voiced by
Racer
Jim Mahansi, by the
and
way.
fucking Battle Beast, where did they get in? Like, when did they join back? Maybe that could have been a thing. But okay, so with that fight, I think we agree, like, okay, that first fight where you see the flashback works, but then that fucking part where they're like, oh my god, Argyle's dead, let's kill each other. Some of those too were like not all those people were weak. Like, some of them, like, they had 3 on 1 person, and it's like, yeah, of course, but what if that one was better than the other 3? Was that a smart decision?
Well, that's I mean, that's why, like,
was just
even from the
dumb.
beginning, I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, that is the worst way to try to figure out who's the strongest. It's like, survival of the fittest really isn't a thing. Like, sometimes people get a bellyache and then they end up dying. It doesn't really mean that they were necessarily weak. They just drank bad water.
I think
Like, you know what I
Viltrumite
mean?
society is just run by morons. Arguably,
Yeah, they don't have above 40 IQ.
like,
I mean, all the people above 40 IQ died in the purge.
I would
Well,
rather.
no, there's some genius. There's one guy who's got 41 IQ, and he's like, "Let me hide under the cement," and then nobody goes to kill him because he's hiding the whole time. And then they're like, "Hey,
he's
we're
like-
done."
he's like-
He comes out, he's like, "I'm one of the strongest."
It's so dumb, man. But that part was
survived the purge.
so when we get to that, all right. So I want to talk about this. They nerfed probably Alan's coolest moment in the fucking comics. Complete bullshit. So there is a part where actually he's helping out Tech Jacket, and he just fucking punches. He punches this one Viltrumite's head off. It's like, oh shit! And then he turns around. Another comes in trying to avenge that one. He goes and right through. Then you have that cool kill at the mouth. They ruined that in the show because they're like, well, how do we make Tech Jacket? How do we? These darts are not in the comics.
They nerfed
How do we make Tech
So they
Jacket
were like, well,
worth
what
it?
if we make it? What if we're trying to build up this friendship between
Yeah,
Tech
we
Jacket
need to
and
make sure
Alan.
that she is also sub 40 IQ.
So let's make sure she shoots the thing and said, it's like, did it work? Yeah, it worked. That's not it. Because what was cool about that moment in the comics is you just saw Alan, after the last time we saw him, got his shit fucking kicked in. How far has he come? He just bodies 2 of them. And we go, oh, we have a chance of winning this thing. That was fucking cool. But
Also,
we
why does
ruined
she
that
have
with
the
this
darts?
dart.
Why does she
Also-
have the darts? She
to
couldn't
give her
they-
something to do. To give her
I know,
something
but,
to do.
like,
in that
Mark
fight.
couldn't hold it. Like, hey, we have this one guy
she
that
could
none
have
of us are
done
strong enough to beat. But if we get this into him, he turns into paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, let's try to save one. Maybe
Tech
one.
Jacket is
Maybe one
badass
might
enough
miss.
for
Let's
it.
save
Tech
2.
Jacket could have
Or we just shoot
fought.
them all.
Instead, what they do is they weaken other characters around Tech Jacket to make when Tech Jacket is fucking badass and should be able to hold her own. Those fucking blasts are huge, dude.
That armor is made of paper. I'm sorry. Like,
Apparently,
for some like Galdanian armor, it's like the strongest, one of the strongest thing in the universe. And that thing, it goes like wet paper anytime a Viltrumite touches it.
So none of them thought that maybe
They almost
that there
crushed your head. Like there's this one where they almost crushed your head. Sorry.
Yeah, nobody thought there was like living Viltrumite among the vast sea of dead bodies. Nobody thought maybe that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
But I'm pointing out more stupid stuff. So how come when they shot the laser into the planet, right? Why did they follow?
trying to widen the hole. I don't know.
But the laser was in front of them, so you can't really widen in front of
It's
the
the
laser
same
if
way
you're
as,
behind the laser.
when you tap a piece like if you save your drilling into wood, you generally tap first before you drill, so that way you don't split the wood.
That's
So
The
I think
laser
when
made it out all the way.
Right, and so if you have enough kinetic force falling through it, it's going to split the planet open as opposed to just putting a hole through it.
That's what she said.
Well, the thing is, they wanted to
Sorry.
split the planet in two. That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
That's okay. I could maybe buy that. Okay,
Well, because Invincible has to
Yeah.
do it's.
I get what you're
own
saying
Star
there. I
Trek
get what you're
run,
saying.
You know,
Because
Yeah.
you have all that kinetic force going with you. And that's why when they hit the
Dude, that was the
explosion
coolest.
but they could have
fucking
also just
moment
shot from a
in the
distance.
comics.
But destroying the planet in the first place, what was the point of destroying the
well,
planet?
as I'm watching the episode and they're doing it, I'm like, oh, so this is where the budget went for this season.
But
Yeah.
that scene was a bit. Do you think it was more or less impactful in the comics? I don't mind that they expanded it a bit, but I think if
I
they
actually
weren't-
loved it. I liked it a lot.
yeah, I think they did a good job.
It's
with
good,
that.
it's good in the show with the context of in the comic books. It only happens over like maybe a couple of panels. So in the show, you're able to do a
No, it
lot
was more than
with
that. It was like multiple spreads. They did it really well in the comics.
Can I say another moment that kind of irked me? In like the final, like one of the final episodes when Alan is talking to all the planets, they're like, we need to get rid of all the Viltrumites, but Thetis was among us for the. He was Viltrumite in name only, like that kind of like mental gymnastics. Like, come on, guy. Like, I don't know.
I think, well, no,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that kind of makes sense. But I think one of the things, they needed to gender swap tech jackets to get paid her 70% of a man to afford that suit. Yeah, I think one of the things is like, so because I was looking through the comic, Tech Jack is just kind of there during that sequence. But again, Tech Jack was just taking so like the moment where she does the thing on
he
Space
wasn't
Racer's
playing
face,
he
I
wasn't
like
playing video games.
Space
with Alan
Racer
Daly.
underrated, but yeah, that whole part where they go fucking through is so cool. Now here's a moment that I think, or let's talk about stuff that's good. That fight where Thrag hits him down and he has that conversation. I also like that the show took some time to kind of meditate on the idea that they actually, when you think about it, because the comic doesn't really dwell on how fucking insane it is to want genocide on your own people. That is fucking batshit insane. And you could because Thetis the whole time we're like, he's cool, he's one of us. This is a moment like even that moment where they have that conversation on the ship and he's like, are you going to kill my boys? That wasn't in the comics. So that
I'm
was
still
a
not convinced
cool
the
addition.
Viltrumites are the bad guys.
Well, they're
You've been shitting on them this whole fucking stream.
Well, they they are retarded, but so is everyone else.
That's
in the
why you
universe.
resonate with them.
they're not Kryptonians.
No,
They're
so
not
Earth, like
They're not
every
bad. They're
single
just
hour.
drawn that way.
Every single hour, they have like a world-ending event, that, like monster that appears, and
It's like purge virus, 2 more purges.
All
after
right,
that.
all right. It's 12 o'clock. We got the dinosaurs coming. All right, get ready, guys. Get ready.
I mean, they kind of need a Viltrumite, at least to take. How many times are they like? Is it that Omni-Man kills something, and nobody else was able to do it? Thank God he was there. So it's like they need that, and then also it's like, so okay, they control the planet. What does that mean as far as being like subjugated? You have to offer off maybe like 100, maybe 1,000 slaves. We got 1 billion people. Isn't that bad?
Or just
Isn't that
the for me, it's the inconsistency in power levels. Also, like
Yeah.
you mean Thrag rips Thetis's head from his body, but when he
Again-
punches Nolan to fucking orbit, his head doesn't go.
Their
flying
skin is
off.
paper when the plot needs it to be because
Right.
it's shock value. Because it's shocking to watch them explode, but
I'll-
it doesn't make sense. Cannot.
Also, like their whole thing is like we need to find a genetically compatible species to mate with from Viltrumites, and they find the humans, which are the perfect fucking race. And what you don't think if a bunch of Viltrumites showed up, be like, hey, we need to rebuild our population. We would like to integrate ourselves with your society. We'll be heroes, kind of thing. We just want to have consensual sex with a bunch of 10 out of 10 hotties. I mean, I'm sorry, Craig folded so quickly.
Nick, I think you forget that Anissa eats people alive.
They can give
as long as he's eating
1,000
the right people
people.
alive.
1,000 people. Look, we don't. we don't have. No, I'm not gonna make that joke, dude. We can give 1,000 people per Viltrumite, and it still would be insequential.
I understood the joke you were trying to make, Vince.
Also, can we talk about like the Scourge Virus 2.0, which implies that it's going to wipe out humans as well as Viltrumites? Because it said genetically similar, which you said like
that's in the comics.
people.
That's setting up a really cool story in the comics.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Like that is complete hypocrisy right there.
how is that hypocrisy?
Like, I get you want to do the Viltrumites, but genociding a whole entire
Doing Viltrumite?
humans as collateral damage.
Well, and that's where I like the idea that they kind of, because you kind of learn, well, this is crazy. I like that they added that scene, for example, where they're looking and he's like, what are you going to do with my sons? And you get the feeling that Thetis is fucking out of his mind. That Thetis is, and I really, that's why one of my favorite scenes they added was that. And then it was also the scene where, because that doesn't happen, that whole part where they never spent any time on Viltrum. I like they had that moment where Thrag hits Nolan down, they talk, and then you could argue that punch was impractical, but that whole scene,
It was
Real
very
cool.
practical.
fucking one. If every scene they added was of the caliber of those two scenes,
Motherfucker was airbending before he punched him into orbit.
that is so. But even in the conversation they have, where it's like, "Come back," it's kind of like, you know, when someone's desperate and like, "Please," you could tell there's desperation in Thrag.
It was so much dehumanization for Thrag.
It was
Him
that,
learning
but it was
airbending made
also
more sense
clear.
before learning airbending.
It was also cool.
The Fire
See-
Nation attacks Viltrum
Korra,
next
you're
episode.
you're saying that Korra could beat Thrag. You're saying that Avatar
No.
Korra could beat Thrag.
Well, because
No, that's not
she's
what
got
I
the big strongest element of all time, girl power. And so, which
Dude,
we
the Fire
love.
Nation versus Viltrum would be pretty cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Who's the
That'd be
worst
over 2
character,
seconds.
Adam, Eve, or Korra?
No, but they should have done this issue.
I'm
They
sorry,
really should have done this
Korra.
issue.
That's what I'm saying. That
Eve
issue.
is
Well,
a redhead.
they should
I'll give it
actually
to-
cut that entire storyline. but for
Korra
sake of-
versus Adam
yeah,
Eve,
that
winner
issue.
takes all.
Okay. That's a really good fight, but I'm gonna say Adam Eve would win
Yeah, I'm sorry.
because Adam Eve can literally like transmute like everything that Korra would throw at her. Like she'll throw out some rocks.
My
She
fault.
Like turn. I'm sorry.
We derailed. We derailed
Yeah.
way too hard. Sorry.
But that was great. I really like that scene where it's like the conversation. It's also like a cult leader, like, please, I'll win you back. It's almost like the Satan. You know, it's the classic temptation. But it's also, you could tell it's like the
Dude.
let me turn
So
on
wait,
the
so Satan
charisma.
Thrag was inviting Nolan to an orgy.
No, what I'm saying is like the whole tempting. I'll give you the kingdoms. I'll give you whatever.
Thrag
that
is like
kind
the devil. Thrag goes, yeah,
You know, it's
baby,
really-
we're gonna
these-
repopulate our race.
Dude, it's really fucking hard. They're ruining the Satan metaphors with this fucking.
I'm sorry.
That's another thing. No. The show did that. Now it's like, oh, Satan's actually cool.
Dude, I'm
Guys.
never
I'm just a little bit kinky.
I'm never gonna be able to go to church again without thinking of Bruce Campbell's devil going, yeah, baby.
But I think one of the things too that I find fascinating.
Yeah.
So I really like that. One thing I did not like, because again, the small things. I will say I love most of that episode.
Mhm.
I did not like that, and the things I don't like stick out like sore thumbs because the rest of it was so fucking good. So when it sounds like we're just bitching the whole time. That's not. I loved most of this season, but what I didn't like sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Before those reasons, because it's like great. What the fuck is this? Great.
What the fuck is it?
Yeah, you know that's how this season felt. And then the last episode felt like this was the leftover slop. Fuck you.
Well, it's like I said at
but
the beginning,
anyway-
you know, like season 3 ended off on just probably the greatest.
Yeah,
one of the greatest superhero fights ever put to a screen.
Yeah, season 3 added and made it better, but the thing
It was
is, that-
Conquest.
and again, maybe
Yeah, it was Conquest.
I don't remember them taking away any like the whole thing where it's like I'm so lonely. That was another addition to the show. I love that. Where he's so that was
It's just
fucking
Jeffrey
great.
Dean Morgan ASMR right there.
Dude, yeah, he's just venting in the boat. But no, I mean, one of the things that I like was because that episode was great. If everything was like I said, because there's some scenes like the scene with Debbie and Mark, the scene with Thrag and Nolan. There's so many scenes that when they're at their best, they are fucking great. But there's shit that just sucks. And another thing that sucks, And I'm going to be honest, this seems like a small thing, but I even reread the comic because I'm like, why doesn't this hit as hard as the comic? The scene where Thrag fucking spurgs it's right after they break through and destroy everything. It's that Thetis' last line before Thrag fucking spurgs out and rips his head off. I'm like, am I remembering this wrong? Because it sounds like that hit harder in the comics. And I reread the comic and then watched the scene. That scene is, in my opinion, better in the comics. So I'm going to read the dialogue in the comics because basically Thetis has like a final like Chad move, whereas he's like surrender, whatever. But Thetis basically accepts that he is going to die in the comic. And to me, that makes it so much cooler because like, no matter what you do to me, fuck you. I got the last laugh, bitch. That was so much cooler. In the comics, he goes, you brought this on yourself. You set this in motion, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, you will do what you will. I am prepared for your wrath. But know this, Thrag, whatever happens here, you have no empire. Surrender and he's like, surrender, you sicken me. There is nothing left. And then he rips his head off and he goes, but revenge. But the thing that I like is that is cooler in the comic because it's like he gets this last fuck you, and no matter how angry Thrag gets,
victory.
He will go out. Thetis will go out knowing he won, and now we have this guy Thrag who was a winner this whole series. He's scarier because now he's a man with nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's
and
why
I like that.
Why did they think destroying the planet was a good idea?
I think it was fucking cool, and you're gay.
But think about it. I mean, hopefully, as a person above 40 IQ,
how do you destroy people? Destroy their home.
It's the rule of cool, man.
They just take another home. They do exactly what they did. Like the counts or whatever is like you just put them against the corner. Like when you're hunting animals or certain animals, you don't fucking get in a corner because they're going to start fighting for their life. And they'll fight even harder than
How
they
dare you
would.
upset Ronan
So
the
it's just like, like it just I don't know. To me, I'm like, what do you really do besides piss them off?
Yeah.
Does it do anything else? Also, they're contained. They're contained there. Maybe they could just put the virus there on the planet where it's contained.
No, because they don't live
with 50 people.
No, you stupid buttsaws, because they don't live on that planet. It's a monument to their culture and their things. And what Thetis is basically doing is let's fundamentally destroy Viltrum spiritually. They're foundationally. Once that is gone, now they're just a collection of individuals. And so they will never have a home to return to. No, because it changes because the Empire essentially, they're under Thrag, but now this proud home that they have had is not the same anymore. And now they're relying on an emotionally, Thrag is just emotionally fucking broken to the point where, okay, you could argue that they're on Earth at the end of the finale, but Viltrum as a conquering culture is fucking dead.
And
so,
it doesn't change Thrag.
You're emotionally broken, baby.
You're emotionally broken, foundationally broken. The Viltrumite Empire, they won the Viltrumite War because the Viltrum Empire, not the species, the Empire is done. As soon as they destroy that planet, they have destroyed the Viltrumite Empire in that way, right? Now they're going to have to restart, rebuild. The Viltrumite War, and this is another thing they could have expanded on if they wanted to, instead of fucking spending forever on an abortion plotline and the Satanist plotline. What they could have done, they could have even expanded the lore and showed how they were losing all of their conquered species, right? That could have been, so that way, if you wanted to add
that would have been.
But we had to add the fucking Liu back. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because if we had an 8-episode count, did we need Liu more, or would you rather have had more of that? Now, neither is in the comics, but I'm just saying they expanded in the wrong areas in certain areas and the right areas in others. That's what's frustrating to me. Now, it's never going to be perfect. That's fine. But
they don't show much of their empire outside of the Viltrumites. So that's kind of like, when you put it in that perspective, yeah, it makes a lot more sense to me.
So when he goes, this is the line he gives when he fucking destroys the planet, right? He goes, and again, Thetis, this whole thing, they cut these lines down, and it bothers me. Hear me, Viltrumites, your plan, it is over. Your planet is gone. You have nowhere to run. The entire universe is united against you. There is nothing left but to surrender. And then And then there again, he goes, "There's nothing but death." But I'm going to read the whole exchange of the comic. So there's nothing left but surrender. You, and then this is Thrag talking. You brought this upon us all. It is you who set this in motion, carried it out. Thetis of Viltrum, betrayer, you have taken it all from us, our heritage, our home, our history, destroyed. The Viltrum Empire will not stand for this. Basically, it's him. That whole exchange they cut down for "I choose death." Is that really the better line? Is that really the better line? This is what they make changes like that. It's like, why?
Hey Vaughn, share my screen.
Oh no. Oh no. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
Okay.
Last
So destroying
retarded.
monuments and history is a targeted attempt to destroy cultural identity. Yes, basically that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
The last retarded thing that I'll point out, which I agree, I don't think that's actually retarded. Now that you've explained it,
It's not.
And that the comic clearly explained why did they cut that fucking line from the show.
yeah.
Because
Why-
shock
it was
value.
there. It
Shock
was there.
value.
No, we had the
That's
shock
why.
value, and then we cut that down for what reason?
I mean,
So we
not
could have
killing
that
Mark
moment
was
where he
stupid
goes,
on their
"Shh."
part, but either way, the Seth Rogen, Alan the Alien, was there really nobody else like set up for command? Like, you never really saw like a good command besides the one Viltrumite that was in charge of the galactic whatever it was, and Alan the Alien. Like, there was really nobody else, like no other leaders or anything.
Well, we got that was another thing. Talia, I know she was a thing, but they made her like more essential to this. I didn't like
She
that
was
they
annoying.
basically she was annoying because it was this is another girl boss thing. Every time Alan's like saying something, I noticed this especially in the finale where he's like, and then he has the thing where he looks over his shoulder and she chimes in. Or every time she talks to him, she says something stupid. Oh, I'll just text it out of you later. They take every chance they can to emasculate Alan the Alien to make the woman better. And she talks down to him. And it's like, dude, and then they took away his Chad strength. Like, how am I supposed to take all? Like, I'm like, you can't tell me that they're not like, it's just they're trying to take away his aura.
The stuff with the Venture early in the season. Was that in the comics where he took control of the Venture because the captain was so inept?
No.
Mm-mm.
Neither was Tech Jacket providing Alan with that moment. Neither was her being the right hand woman to basically he's like looking over his shoulder at her for
Like
every
you-
little fucking thing. It's
I think-
cringe.
It might be because of how the audience took towards the change to Deborah, which I agree with. I like this Deborah a lot more.
Yeah.
So they tried, I think, to do that with Alan's girlfriend, but she came off as a girl boss as opposed to
Deborah doesn't
I think they're
emasculate
just-
characters though.
Debbie's not that bad, but I know they will prove me wrong with season 5.
I think it's a
The trajectory
very
of the
obvious
fight.
conscious effort to inject more feminism into the
See,
story.
one
that wasn't
hundred
there.
100%. And
They're
one of the
very
writers
clearly-
came on and said that. Did you see how I responded to that?
Yeah, here's the problem though. It's very clear that they're putting Deborah on a path to reconciliation with Nolan, and when that happens,
Yeah.
the fan base they are courting is gonna freak the fuck out, and it will be DEFCON 3. It'll be nuclear. You know, when Debbie gets
No,
back with
because they're
Nolan-
going to do it in a way where she's constantly shitting on Nolan. He's like, oh, sorry, Debbie. Just like they're doing with Alan the Alien. Where it's like they have their heterosexual relationship, but the terms and conditions are he has to be a little bitch. Oh, you can abort my child, Eve. That's perfectly fine. I'm sorry that I inconvenienced you by fighting for our future. Good on you for killing our kids. Sorry I wasn't there before. Oh, it's this constant need to just emasculate the men. And it seeps into the storytelling. It sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're starting to get to the point when this happens to every fucking series.
Every
start out good,
franchise, not just
and-
series.
Every franchise, but this is very much a modern thing. Season 1, amazing, and season 2 onwards, it starts, but eventually people get
No,
fed up with
I
it.
think the
And
show
then the
is
show-
getting better and would be better if they dropped this shit. Like, if they didn't do that at all, this season would have been better and probably our best yet.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree with
the
that.
final
You're
note
gonna
we
double
have could have been this fucking compromise. This is the problem I have with the Viltrumite War in the comics. One of my favorite comic stories ever that has this cherry of shit on top of it with this abortion storyline, and they made that shit even stinkier and bigger with this final fucking episode. Hold on, what's this?
It's like it's no.
Krieg on his way to steal your girl, son.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they're like taking Nolan and they're redeeming him to the audience. But like he could still be a character that gets redeemed to the audience and not the other characters in the story.
Why is this stream gross, Phil? Why is this stream gross?
Because he's
Is
not
it
on it right
because first of all,
The stream is gross, baby.
why
Never
is
do
it
that
gross, Phil
again.
Diaz?
Dude, I'm gonna be saying baby for like the next 2 weeks now. God damn it.
Hold on. All right, Ashton, what's up? Can you hear us?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Yeah, so I don't know how much of this you've heard, but let's get into the end of the fucking. All right, so I talked about this. I'm gonna let's rip the Band-Aid off. We talked about the best stuff in the series. Let's talk about this shit. Oh, the Dookie. I was just referring to. Okay, I was like, I thought Phil was going. I'm like, Phil, not you too. They made Phil woke.
Wait,
No, they got Phil.
Cosmotor Mortal Comics. It's like not
there you go,
totally redeemed. Like make it like him constantly striving to try to redeem himself and leaving it up to the audience whether you think he's redeemed. It's still up in the air, or no, he's still not redeemed, but he's doing some good stuff though.
Well, even
I
Cecil
think
I'm not
doesn't.
saying that they
Well,
have to like make it definite to you.
Well, even Cecil doesn't fully forgive him at the, during episode 8. He
Yo,
tells him to
Cecil
get-
doesn't, but
Yeah.
the wife who really shouldn't is going to. We can see it's in the writing.
My bad.
All right, what's up? So yeah, all right, let's get to the end of this. So they have that cliffhanger, and I'm like, oh, because I was like in my predictions, I'm like, they're not going to spend a whole episode on when he gets to Earth, right? Because that was kind of like the last. I'm like, I thought for sure that they were gonna. So basically, in the comics, because it's done in issues, him holding Thaddeus's head and he's like ready to kill all of them wasn't. I thought that was going to be the ending of episode 7, and then it would start with that fight where we can't win. And then it would transition into they do that, they get to Earth. That would have been pacing wise better, but that's not what they did. And this is where the hour-long format, they didn't use they put the cliffhanger, like, okay, that was fine as an episode, but they left themselves way too much time. And what they did was they restructured things in a way that just doesn't work. I'll give you a perfect example. So this being the cliffhanger of an issue, right, where it's the Viltrumites have gone to Earth. Fucking great. I remember reading that, immediately turning the page. And then what happens? You start the next chapter and it's fucking, you see the Pentagon, Cecil's getting ripped apart by Thrag. They're killing everyone. All the major characters are getting killed by Viltrumites in a double page spread. You're going, holy shit, right? And then it cuts to Mark, basically like he's whatever. He's like, stop thinking about it. That is so well done. So well done. In the comics.
They way overplayed it in the show, in my opinion.
No, that's not what they did. What they did was they underplayed, because what they did is I'm thinking, oh, they're going to make this more elaborate because it starts with the Viltrumites. They get off the thing. You see the tsunami coming, and then you go, but then instead of going to the Pentagon and killing everyone, they don't do that. Instead, it cuts prematurely and Mark's daydreaming. That sucks. What they should have done is they should have had a really fucking elaborate sequence of them, like start with that, then have all of that at once. But instead, because they wanted to pad for runtime, they made it a series of PTSD episodes. That doesn't work. What worked in the comics was it's like a fucking dream. And then it's like, Mark, you need to stop thinking about this. And then there's like another one. Mark, you need to stop thinking about this. It's multiple of them. Like now he's killing the mom. Okay, fuck. What's going on Earth? This is scary shit, man. And then by the time they get there, we got to have a plan. And then he goes fucking down to earth right away because you've seen these images of insane violence against our main characters. You don't know what the fuck's going on Earth. Then he gets down there and they're like, all right, Mark, whatever. And then immediately after he goes, there's no one here. Immediately after that, Thrag shows up and goes, we are very much here. And it's immediately like they have that they have that discussion
Mhm.
right away. And then he sees Eve and all of that. I understand the need to like drag it. But to me, the fact that he shows up has that moment of we're safe. And then Thrag does that. And then after that, he goes sees Eve with the knowledge of these people are fucking here. They're right here already. To me, it was
check your
weird.
DMs.
I think I personally think the way the show handled it was just a little bit better because one, Nolan's not there, so you don't have that anchor. He doesn't really have that support person to be like, hey, Mark, like chill. Mark knows that Thrag is a problem. So I'm kind of happy that him and Thrag had that one-on-one conversation. And I felt it was more tense because Mark, again, he has PTSD. He's going through so much in that moment. And now that he knows, wow, they're here, it's like, okay, what are we going to do? And him ultimately deciding, fine, y'all can stay. Nolan's not there. So no one can be like, son, is this what you want to really do? No, Mark's doesn't really need his dad to be there for him. He's capable of making that decision. Yeah, it's a bad decision, but it's a lose-lose situation. If he doesn't agree, they all die. If he does agree, they live but could die later. Like it's
See,
I mean I've read the comic as well. I know the scene you're talking about. But I do feel the comic did a couple things this season better. But I overall feel like the show handled certain moments a little bit better. I don't know. Like,
actually, I disagree with that because I think by having Nolan, first of all, Nolan doesn't see Thrag again. I think one of the things is he goes, Mark immediately rushes and he's like, Mark. And it's like Mark hasn't learned. Then he has to throw him back and he's like, let's talk. And Nolan concedes because he understands. And Mark has to go, I don't do it. This. And then you have this whole moment where it's like, the answer now is, do you want me to destroy what could be your last hope of survival? And he's like, how could you agree to that? And he's, and you have this kind of board and he's like, no. And then you see this, my answer is yes. And that was where that issue ended. I think that was better because now it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess we'll have to see where they handle things from there. But that whole thing where it's like you just saved your world is a thing. Now, Tech Jacket is kind of just there in the comics. So to me, it seems, did you guys feel it was weird? Maybe I'm biased toward the comic. Did it feel weird to you at all that Thrag doesn't show up until later on?
I was fine with that. I'm
asking the people that didn't read the comics.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like how did you guys feel about the pacing of the episode with nothing to compare it to?
Well, I mean, the episode did feel like a bit of a ticking time bomb. Like they had this thing of like the Viltrumites could come back at any point. And to kind of contradict myself, what I said earlier, you had all these like PTSD, and then you see Thrag, and you think, oh, it's just another PTSD because they condition you for that.
Okay.
And then it's, oh shit, it's not a PTSD. So now you're scared shitless because you have all this stuff that's like
that I
Thrag's a big deal.
understand.
I was getting a little bit annoyed at the PTSD moments. It was a little bit much, and they dragged on a little bit for a little bit too long.
It did help pay off that final one.
Well, when it happened with Thrag, I'm like, okay, if this is another PTSD moment, I'd be so pissed. And so I wasn't like pissed, but I was kind of like, I don't know. They played it a little bit too much. Maybe it wasn't the number of times it happened. I think it's like the moments it was happening. Like the scene was just really long.
I think why that worked better. I'll tell you why the massacre scenes work better in the comics, right? Is they work better because it cuts straight to that massacre, and there's a second where you go, "Holy shit, this is real." There's no point you feel that way in the show because you're like, yeah, you just see someone getting ripped apart mid-sentence, and you go, that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't do that. But in the show, it goes from, holy fuck, they're on Earth. And at this point, you've just seen them destroy the planet, and the immediate next thing you see is them fucking up the entire world. A bunch of characters you haven't seen before alive. To me, that's way more impactful.
Yeah, having Adam Eve not fight back at all, I'm like, okay, this isn't actually happening.
Well, for me, for me, the more I think about it, I'm just like, okay, well, the first one, the first like vision he has where he's like, Thrag is like killing Debbie. To me, it doesn't kind of make sense the more I think about it, because it's like, how does Thrag know where Debbie lives? And after that, it's like, okay, how does he know what the Pentagon is? How does he know?
I'm pretty sure they've done
is?
their research. They're aliens.
Yeah, and
The Debbie one was what definitely made they could have followed him.
No,
I mean,
don't you know that Thrax subscribed to Starlink on Viltrum? I mean, the range is amazing.
I mean, I can understand. I mean, I can appreciate the attempt to like build tension, and it's like, oh, Mark is clearly suffering
I get
from
that
like
too in a bit.
from like PTSD from dealing with Thrag and dealing with the Viltrumite War, and if they had lowered the like, I guess, visions or something like that, because they do the thing like 4 fucking times throughout the episode, and by the 4th time, you're just like, okay,
we get
like,
it.
we get it. Fuck.
But when they killed Debbie, I was just like, oh, does this show really have the balls to do that? I'm like, where is this happening in his head? I'm like, it's happening in his head.
Yeah.
I was like, because I would have been like, yo, that's nuts if that's what happened.
But I do understand the impact of Thrag showing up and him going, oh, this isn't a vision.
Yeah,
He's
I
actually
understand
here.
too that from a season perspective,
Yeah.
because we're not talking comic issues, from a season perspective, that you need to end with that note of this is the terms, these are the world we live in now. I get that. I get you can't pace it exactly like the comic. That I understand. But to me, like, what I don't understand, so Thrag was just like, all right, here's the plan. We go to Earth. We let them show up. We let them rekindle with other loved ones, and they feel scared. And then we let Nolan leave. And then I go to Mark.
Did
What?
the Viltrumite steal those clothes, by the way?
That's a good point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, it's like Krieg. He's like getting bitches, and he's got a motorbike and shit. It's like, where did he learn?
So he got
insurance?
Did he just kill the guy who owned that garage?
Yeah.
Well, that
Probably
was-
that chick's ex-boyfriend.
That's another.
That's why she's looking at him like that. You killed my abuser. I want to hop on you now.
She was
New
looking
abuser.
at Krieg. She was looking at Krieg like, man, I'm gonna take this man's seat.
Krieg's like, I know why Nolan liked this planet. I know full well. I know why he gave everything up now.
Well,
He's looking at her like, shit, I should have listened to Nolan a long time ago.
I know
Fuck.
Vaughn's read the comic book. Who else has read all the comic books? Okay, so without spoiling anything, Krieg
Krieg
is the man.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
the goat.
super freak.
That's
Super freak.
bitches.
That one little thing you've seen him at the end, that's light stuff. Wait till you see him get into his.
dude.
Krieg could repopulate Viltrum all by himself.
Krieg is fucking unreal, dude.
He has one
You
eye
know-
for a reason.
Somebody asked a question that kind of made me puzzle.
What was it?
Why don't they just sleep with each other to
Because
repopulate?
they explain that because they'll all be inbred.
Genetic
At that point.
diversity.
Would they,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but would that be the case like back when they had like almost 50?
No, I think it's like you need
There
like
would've been
500
more-
people.
No, this is for
proper-
Bat
like
Sauce.
500, like 500 people.
They-
500 people for proper genetic diversity. Like there's some
They,
rule like that.
they would fuck around and end up creating that one Viltrumite that has a 41% IQ.
The one that hides under the rock.
The one that
He's-
hid in
No,
these
no, no,
wars.
no. They
He
create
is
they create
king.
the ultimate Viltrumite. That is a 43 IQ.
Guys, I survived the purge. I hid on the ground.
But how many people could they?
I have 5 foot forehead and a 42 IQ. I'm smart.
No, but why?
true.
So why didn't
Never
they
beat the allegations.
It's not allegations, my
Yeah.
brother.
I know,
So-
I know.
I mean, but again, I know that they like certain races they'd reproduce. They don't consider Viltrumites, but I'm like, when you're that low in population, why not do it? And then also, then you kind of just have like a higher class, just in the meantime.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
for
that at
later.
least-
They answered that question.
Oh, okay,
specifically.
all right.
Mhm.
Well, they were looking for like a genetically compatible species, and humans had
Correct.
just happened to be like the best genetically because Mark, like he's almost toe to toe with your average Viltrumite.
He's actually way stronger than the average Viltrumite.
Yep.
By the end, at a certain point, yeah.
Not just at the end where he is now. He's he killed
He
Conquest.
beat Conquest. He beat
Well,
Conquest.
Yeah.
which is again another point too. It's not even just that. It's that like okay.
And him
so
saying that makes
that moment again where where Alan Punt kills the two right back to back shows okay, even among the 50, they're still not all that good. So Mark's fuck, because we had this impression, because the only ones we had seen were Nolan, were Anissa, were Conquest.
Steve
so to
Harvey.
have him
Knife
fill
break,
those two on own, yeah,
break,
Lucan,
girl.
Hey, leave Lucas alone. I like Lucas.
Hey, leave
Lucan.
Steve Harvey alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah, Lucan is great. But I just, all right, so
Lucan's hosting Family Feud on Earth. He's good.
so Lucan,
I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
Lucan,
Dude, he
is-
even did the Steve Harvey like shocked face when they blew up Viltrum.
That was hilarious. That was funny.
Yeah, that had to be intentional.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It's like the guy totally looks like Steve Harvey. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think one of the problems too is okay, so with that episode, I think the pacing was just shit.
It went on a little too long.
It
Yep.
was such
It
a
should not have been
badly-
the final.
I feel like they should have just got
episode
rid of
7
the
should have been
the
one.
devil the hell episode. They should have just
No,
cut
it's
that
not even
entirely.
that. That wouldn't have just the final. I'm talking the final. That we all agree on. But the final episode itself,
Krieg is like, we're making babies, baby.
it's
Man got straight to business. He was like, all right, I understand the assignment.
Game is game. I respect it, man.
Yep. He's my favorite. Like out of all of them, he's one of my favorites just because he just
Yeah.
went straight to business. He was like, all right, I know what I need to do. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think he's like the only one that like has multiple. I think everyone else just has like one partner kind of thing.
Mission accomplished. Good work, man.
Krieg and his
They're
harem.
going to handle the Markey situation.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
I'm curious
really
about
curious
that.
on how they're going to do that.
A lot of people said they probably not.
Dude,
I
I,
feel
they definitely have to put it in there.
Because
They
I feel
got
like when Mark mentioned he killed Conquest, he had that shot of Anissa being like,
man, she turned
Yeah.
and looked at him like,
Well, I
I
think
feel like that's kind of like a
Literally, him saying that is what got that in the Thrag's head to reproduce with humans on a global scale.
Mm-hmm.
So that human, that half breed can kill Conquest. Then there's
so
potential.
fucked up that half breed killed Conquest.
Oh,
Like I realized
yeah,
Conquest,
think like a Viltrumite if you're gonna.
Conquest
get
is
a
probably
Viltrumite
like the
kill.
second strongest Viltrumite, like second only
Yeah.
to Thrag. Like it might be like
yeah. He's up there, which is why him and Battle Beast they never met in the comics, but in the Battle Beast series they're gonna throw down.
There was a brief
I'm ready,
moment
bro.
during
That's gonna be
episode
cool.
Yeah,
There
it's gonna
was
be
a-
cool.
There was a brief moment during episode 7 where they're doing the Viltrumite flashback. I thought Conquest was gonna start throwing hands with Thrag, son.
Nah, he don't want that smoke. He
You
does
don't
not
want
want
that-
that smoke.
Yeah.
I
Conquest
think
would have
that-
never made it to Earth.
yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
this whole season, I think overall, I think it's sad because that whole part, it's the same problem I have with the comics, to be fair, where, it's just that abortion thing is it's just so unnecessary. It adds nothing of value to the story. It actually Eve, I would have rather seen her in the Viltrumite. I would have rather see her there. Oh, we need a female character. All right, bring Eve. Cut the stupid fucking abortion storyline. How about that? Boom. There we go. Why
Yeah.
the fuck that? Like easy solutions, but they're so
or
dead on doing
just
this.
like have her have a miscarriage at some point. Like, even if it's just like she's on a ladder doing something, she falls and she uses her powers to steady herself, and that's what causes her to lose a baby.
Mark.
As stupid as that is, that's still a better storyline.
Mark getting Anissa is going to be the season 5 finale.
Oh god, that's gonna kill the show. That is gonna kill the show. I'm sorry, they can't do that. That will kill the show.
You say it'll kill the show, but you know they're going to do it.
I mean, look what happened to Last of Us. As soon as they killed Joel, the show literally died overnight. Like if you look at the
That's true.
ratings, it
Well, then
dropped
look at
like
the
a-
video game. It's the same thing. As soon as everybody got to that level in the video game, they're like, okay, this sucks.
And I think the same is going to happen if they do this, because like
And this is a Dark Souls.
I personally just want more animators. That's what I want. I just want
Dude,
the show to
fucking-
just.
Yeah.
dude, have you seen that one?
No,
edit
you don't
someone
want
did with
more
the
Seth
shaders?
Rogen?
Wait, what?
Voices. You don't want more voices, Seth Rogen?
No, I want more animators, bro. Like,
Here,
like
we
there
got
should not
Tom
be
Cruise.
there
We
should
got
not
Tom
be
Cruise in
4
here for some
animators
reason.
on the show.
Tom
There
Cruise-
should be
That is
4.
crazy. When I found out how big this show is, and there's like fucking 4 animators.
Wait, oh, that was a real number? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There's 4 animators in this
so
fucking.
crazy.
oh, if you really want
Where
to
is the money going?
To the,
The
voice
voice
actors.
actors.
Look at
The
the
voice
IMDb.
actors.
Look up the IMDb for Invincible right now. Just see how fucking stacked this
The-
voice cast
I
is.
know.
Well, the reason why they have to give each other jobs is because there's no jobs left in
The
Hollywood.
money is going to the
It's
local
true.
Starbucks to produce the coffee that's going to keep these animators alive.
No,
for
no,
the next
it's
5
sad-
years.
going-
the sad thing is
It's going
though.
to the cocaine that Robert Kirkman is blowing off a prostitute's tits. That's where it's going. It's going up Robert Kirkman's nose.
Dude, do you know how many people like? I'm not saying like okay. Did we need to have Hollywood voice? Obviously, the answer is no.
No.
We didn't.
No.
No, because half the time you
No.
don't even realize.
Who was it?
it's
Who was it? What? Who
people.
knew who Kevin Conroy was outside of Batman? He is fucking Batman. You don't need these fucking. But the thing is, they know it's gonna fall on deaf ears. They don't care about that.
It's like
They don't
literally
care.
the
It's
easiest
It's like,
job.
oh, they got Jesse Pinkman for Powerplex. I'm going to watch it because I like Jesse Pinkman. That's literally the mindset.
But then
That's
he's gone. He's gone. Like they literally were like, oh, well, he doesn't want to do it anymore because it was the subject matter was, I guess, too much for him. So he's like, no, I don't.
It was too.
Wait,
Like, it was
really?
too, I guarantee
Yeah,
you,
like-
it's like he did that stupid voice and it was too rough on his throat and he didn't want to do that anymore. But just use your normal voice, dude.
Yeah.
They hired him for specifically for crying reasons. Like, listen, Pinkman, you have a job to do. You know that one those scenes that Breaking Bad, you know, like they're impactful because they're not every scene you're doing that, and so when he builds up to that, it has a moment. What if we just like cut up the build up and you're like that in every fucking line of dialogue?
They hired Bro
The
because he's
whole
chronically crying all the
time.
time.
I get having A-list actors for like the mainline roles like Invincible, Nolan, Debbie, but you're like B tier and C tier characters. We do not need Mahershala Ali to voice Titan. I'm sorry. I think he does a good job, but we do not need Mahershala Ali to voice Titan.
Well,
And
yeah, how many
here's the
times-
thing. I think like he
Bro.
was replaced. He was replaced with somebody else because it's not the same person. So they got
replaced
somebody
the Mark
else.
actor for no reason. They replaced the Mark, you know, the best friend, the gay best friend guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, how many times can we have the gag of Mahershala Ali's Titan going, this is some bullshit, as he's carried by a Viltrumite?
But it's sad because you have fan animators like animating Invincible and doing the show so much justice. Like I saw a shot from somebody that did like the Invincible War, and I'm just like,
That's
bro,
what I'm
this
talking
is
about
so
with
clean.
the shading.
No, not that
yes.
one. There's another guy that did like a shot with him fighting in space, and it's like really clean.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
So,
all right, so like there's
like,
the
name-
show. What bothers me is they're like, oh, we're finally get to see it animated. Dude, they like so this is the problem is some people don't understand project management. And I've listened, to be fair, I'll give you an example of how I've had that kind of urge. I've had that kind of urge when it comes to Phenomenova. I'm like, well, what if I spent the whole budget on getting expensive variant cover artists? Like I'm a fan of this guy. And okay, you could do one or two.
I can relate.
But you can't do like that would be like if I just was like, all right, we're gonna pay someone like 3 cents, and then for the interiors, you're gonna do all that, chop, get it done in a week, and then you bring out the red carpet for the variant artists and fucking champagne. Oh, you want to draw
variant
one
artists
picture?
are great, but like
Right,
we have
but-
3 or 4 of them.
Right, well, it's not even that. It's like what if you just that's what it is. It's like, all right, and to be fair, that's kind of the comic book industry now.
So
at this
Vaughn,
fucking point.
when they eventually make Phenomenova an animated show on Amazon, are we
Dude,
going to get
slave labor. That's the answer.
Okay, Vaughn, I gotta ask you this. Okay, Vaughn, I have to ask
No, I'm
you.
fucking with you. That was a joke, guys.
When
Never mind.
Phenomenova becomes an Amazon TV show, what A-list
I
actor
don't know
is going to
about
voice Galvanite?
Amazon. I don't know about. Listen, I'm not going to say no to.
Is it gonna be
anything, but
Bruce
we're gonna
Campbell?
have to- we're gonna have to,
Yeah,
there will be
bye.
no Satanist episodes. I will approve.
We're gonna cast some
fucking
lightning.
everything. Okay,
Oh, no.
No, but no. Who would you have voice Galvanite? Seriously.
I would fucking voice Galvanite, dude.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
Because you was him.
Dude, literally, hey guy, like I have my higher pitched voice to do for the chiller. Oh no. Oh wait, I don't know why. That's not a line. Ready? I'll read a line.
Cut. Take
Oh.
2.
I just had
Take
it,
6.
and I just had it, and I screwed
Take
it up.
67.
150 takes later.
Who do you work for? Oh right, maybe you should have asked him before punching him in the face.
Vaughn just has that
we
anime
go.
protagonist voice.
I
He's
literally
not-
created the character. I know
Believe
how they
it.
sound.
Vaughn sounds like
I think C-Bats has the right one. She's starting a hashtag campaign.
Dude, that's someone. Did I tell you one of the first things I posted on, and someone on TikTok was like, I don't want a series with another white main character. I'm like, bro,
Oh, for
that's
God's
and
sake.
he goes, it's too many. And then he later on he goes, weren't you the guy that was offended that I said I didn't want it? I said, I'm like, okay, dude, I'm like, that is just if you're fine, if you want to say that, fine. But like, imagine if it was like a martial arts movie. I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm sick of seeing Asian martial artists. It's like, what? Like, I'm like, dude, like, okay. But he's like, it's like, why would you feel the need to say that? Anyway, that was a real thing. So like, they were already before Phenomenal 1 was even out. I was getting requests for race swaps by me.
But how is it different? How is your story different?
Yeah, that was
That's a question they can't answer.
Don't buy
No, it was
Vaughn, don't you know,
it was
all martial artists have to be Asian. Look at what they did to Iron Fist. Even though they had Shang-Chi,
that situation.
they're Asian.
I remember that situation because everyone was mad that they whitewashed Iron Fist, and as soon as everyone was like, "No, Danny Rand's a white boy," that it instantly changed to, "Well, he should be Asian."
Yeah.
Why? Because
The
they made martial
original
arts.
character that I like, I really like Swordmaster, original character, and they just made him Iron Fist. And I'm like, this does nothing. I mean, cool, he looks cool and all that, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
why?
Right?
Why are you doing this?
They admit they.
By the
really
way,
screwed-
Phenomenova, amazing. Just want to put that out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I read the first issue and I was just like, yeah, this is
Kickstarter's
This-
currently
this is
burning
top
up the
tier.
charts, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, if you want, it gets better after issue 1, 2, 3. If you haven't checked it out.
Well,
2, 3
I've
on my
supported the
website,
campaign. I've done
4.
my part.
Thank you.
Vaughn, I am so
Issue
sorry.
4
I,
is live right now.
Wow,
Vaughn,
Nate, piece of shit.
I got all 4.
I
I'm getting
don't
all
have
4,
issue
so
3 yet. I'm sorry.
Well, the
Have you
Kickstarter's
gone?
live. Here's your chance.
Yeah, get
I want
3.
to have one request
Do
for
it.
your series.
Yes.
you will get the Kickstarter.
Thank you. Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
Golden
exactly.
Gallet
Kickstarter.
prequel.
A what?
What?
Golden
Golden
Gallant. I
Gallant
will tell you
prequel.
this truth. I want to do something with the Crusader. When I was planning out the world, and I was like, as I was planning it out and planning out the world history of World War III, I'm like, all right, this is a fucking story. So eventually, but here's the thing: I'm not going to do Crusader Corps until Phenomenal is a regular thing, and I can, because I'm not going to tell like part of World War III. I'm like, I'm not gonna like what I have a plan for it, but I'm going all
you
out. I
think
might
Golden
do a
Gallant's
Crusader
cool.
Corps miniseries.
Yeah,
well, here
you
we
should.
go.
But you
fucking
think Golden
butt
Gallant's
sauce.
cool? You should hear about Admiral Austria. That's
Oh,
the real inspiring hero.
Tell everyone about Admiral Austria for a second while I get a fucking beer. I'll be back.
Well, he's
I
the
need
hero
one for this.
champion, inspiring figure of
Does he look
Austria.
like Arza Chats?
What? No, he looks inspiring. I said. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
That sounds like quite the Reich.
Yeah. No, so I sorry, I don't know
It took
if
you
my
guys a
wife.
second to get it.
No, my wife just cracked up in the back.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I have a story coming out, and I've been we have a character we came up with, Admiral Austria. Yeah,
There's only
yeah. I don't
one
know
of
if you guys get it or not, right? But
Did you have a mustache by any chance?
no, I don't think,
I just have
does.
one question. Is he a failed painter?
He's not. He's a successful admiral of the Navy.
He's the greatest Burger
So
King
he's gay.
employee of all time.
Does his lieutenant say, "Are we the baddies"?
Well,
So
sorry
he's in-
guys,
he's
but
in the Navy.
I gotta head out. It was great chatting with y'all. Sorry I came in so late.
That's
But
all right.
let's do this again another time.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man.
Take care, guys.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Peace.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll talk because Vaughn needs time to kill. Yeah. So I have the Wraith Crown is going to be in the Phenomenova universe, which is the book I've been working on right now. We did have a character that we came up with, Admiral Austria, which if you don't know, Austria is a landlocked country. That's the joke. Admirals are of the Navy. Yeah.
Does he have a pet kangaroo?
He does not. He has a. How about this? You want to guess what his weapon is? I'll give you a hint. It's inspiring.
Pocket sand or ash?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said a harpoon.
It absolutely is a harpoon. Could you? What is a better weapon than a harpoon? Really?
I
Think
guess you
about
could
it,
say he really sticks it to his enemies.
yes. Yes. I mean, like think about all the utility he has. Like you can swing with it. You can. You can.
I find this character quite inspiring.
Yeah. So he's like he does make an appearance in Wraith Crown issue 1. Golden Goblin actually makes an appearance too. What was that?
Does he catch some fish and be like, let's
Was that your wife laughing in the background?
Let's throw these problems on the grill and have a bobby.
Yeah, sorry, I missed what you said, but yeah, no, there's
his wife laughing off camera was awesome.
So the Wraith Crown takes place in Austria. They, because Phenomenova, it's 20 years post World War III.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, what's a story of a country that was on the losing side of the war? And so we mostly follow his father in issue 1, because he's got some PTSD. We talked about that, right? And there's some flashbacks of World War III that you get to see in the story.
Bruce
and that's where you kind of
devil gives me PTSD, man.
Yeah, that's where you get a glimpse of Golden Gallant and the glorious, inspirational Admiral Austria.
Voiced
I
by
really
Jeffrey
like-
Dean Morgan.
I really like the design of Golden Gallant. It looks like you'd think it'd be like 90s on steroids. But since it's been so long since we've seen complex armor designs, stuff like that, it just really stood out in the first issue.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I'm big into armor and fantasy stories. This character is going to be a fantasy superhero. Like you'll see in page 1, you get to see him in his like armor, his like ghost
Nice.
armor.
I have one of these issue 4/ Wraith Crown preview books left on my website.
Dude, you should
One.
you should do a competition.
Or whoever sucks my dick the hardest gets the book.
You would ask an audience of men.
We're sucking
Fine.
We're sucking Bond's cock for his comic book, baby.
Well, I did vacuum my floor today, so I know something about sucking.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry.
My floor is sparkling. Bitch. I don't know what you're talking about. My carpet is looking really good.
Here, I'm sharing page 1 if you want to show.
And yes, it does match the drapes.
Oh Jesus.
Oh fuck! But yeah. So issue 3 is available on my website, or you can get it through the issue 4 campaign.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
So that's
Dude,
page 1 right now.
That is sick.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
awesome.
Dude, it looks
Good
like
ass.
dude, he looks like the Witch King of Agmar. It's
Oh,
fucking
What?
badass.
No, I would never.
You
no.
would never.
All right, Matt, Tosh, I have a very important question. Can this character be Superman?
No,
I mean, probably not, but I mean,
Okay, then he's a good
Yeah.
character then.
Can he choke
Okay.
out Conquest?
well, when you're fighting somebody with sub 40 IQ, things become a lot easier.
Well, see, the problem is,
No, all he has to- no. So instead of-
Conquest, and he says harder, daddy, and then he's like, no, fuck this, I'm out.
All he has to do is take his punch before he punches him. He opens his hand, and it goes right through him.
But what if Conquest starts airbending and it's like an airbending punch?
No, he's got Conquest pinned to the ground and he starts telling him in his ear, "I'm so lonely."
No. What you need to do is you need to get a bat and put some barbed wire around it. That's Conquest weakness.
I can't tell if
No, wait,
Bond
that's
looks
Invincible,
unimpressed
never
there or he's very impressed.
Or he's frozen. I think he's frozen.
Am I frozen?
You were a second ago.
I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's all right.
man.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, guys, I think we've gone off the rails, but overall,
Oh,
I'd say
yeah.
this is almost the best season. I would say it might even be, but it just
I don't know. It's
season
got 2 of the worst
episodes.
things.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
It's 3/4 of the best season.
I mean,
Lag Coleman.
high highs and low lows. Mixed bag.
Like
Coleman,
Coleman,
baby.
baby.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, man. On that note, I'm going to be in Las Vegas tomorrow. I got a flight to get on.
Oh, you're going
and I
Vegas?
have-
Nice.
Yeah, Level Up Expo.
If you're gonna fly to Vegas, make sure your arms don't get tired on the way there.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
No, all right. It took me a second. I was like, "What?" Did Nate leave me? Yes, MSK. He abandoned you. Is that why you were coping and seething in the chat, MSK? He left me.
MSK sitting in the darkest. MSK
All right,
sitting
so
in
we're
the
gonna go around
darkest
the
chair,
horn.
just crying.
So I promote my stuff. I'll promote it again at the end. But Arkham, where can everyone find you? Tell everyone where everyone can find you.
I'll be in probably Heroic Tales number 4. Make sure you pick up Heroic Tales 1
nice.
and 2 with
No,
Patriarch
already
coming out
done.
really soon with John's Longbox.
Ooh,
So I might
I
go
love
ahead
that
and
guy.
promote
Yeah,
that.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I work for that
Great
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
So that's
I'll
my
be streaming with him
promotion.
tomorrow.
There you go. I'll probably see you then.
Okay.
Nick, where can everyone find you?
All right. You can find me on X at the Phoenix Press. YouTube search the same. I'll be streaming with John tomorrow on my channel talking about Evil Superman. It'll be pretty sweet. I got a collection of my comics, Screecher 1 through 4 with additional 4 pages ahead of Volume 2, edited by Vaughn Coleman. And oh God, Vaughn, did you see did I send you the cover by Joe?
No, you did not.
Oh my God. Oh God. I must rectify that right now.
Or maybe
But-
you did and I just didn't see it. I'm sorry. That's a very real.
It
possibility.
happens, man. It happens. I'm literally sending it to you right now. I'm getting it colored right now, but yeah. Oh my God, worth the money. It's in your Twitter DMs. But yeah, we're launching. Pre-launch starts May 1st. What?
Vaughn froze again.
Oh.
The best.
All right, Nate.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Wait, sorry. No, did you have any? Nick,
Just
send
give
him.
Pre-launch
links-
starts May 1st. Yeah, I sent you the pics. Oh.
No, pre-launch, send in private chat.
Well, it doesn't go live to May 1st. We go. Campaign goes live on June 5th, and then yeah. I'll send you my YouTube link here in a second, but just go on. I'm not prepared.
No, it's okay, Nate. I was laughing at something else. Nate, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Full Metal Nate, baby. No. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you can't. They can't find you at Full Metal Nate. I thought they could.
Oh, that freeze frame of Vaughn.
Again.
I can. No, you can find me at Full Metal Nate. Trying to get back to doing D&D stuff. It's been like a month and a half since we've even done an episode of Curse of Strahd, but I'm slowly working on different overlays to try and get us back there. But hopefully within maybe another week or two, we will be there.
Are you doing 5.0?
Yeah, we're doing 5e. That's the only version of the game I know. So so anytime someone's like, "Oh, is it 5e?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So buttered. He's so buttered. Curse of Strahd. What's Curse of Strahd?
Vampires.
Vampire D&D vampires.
Of course, the woman's into vampires. What a fucking surprise!
No, Strahd makes Dracula look like a bitch, and
Yeah.
if you want to enter a campaign,
these ones are cool and not gay.
Yeah, they don't sparkle in the sunlight, baby.
You know who sparkles in the sunlight? My mom.
My mom.
Yay!
But no, you can
I hate
follow
that
me
I know
over at
that.
Full Metal, where I do a bunch of D&D content. And once we go live with Curse of Strahd again, you can come check us out, where the party is trapped in a land that they cannot escape. And the only way they can escape is by killing Strahd von Zarevich, the evil Dark Lord that rules over Barovia. But that is easier said than done for a lot of people.
I thought you kill Strahd with like an epic dance off. That's what D&D says. Dance off cures everything.
Dance off, bro, you and me.
Hey,
No,
Nate,
man,
is Lord Sloth in that one? In the new version?
I don't know. I haven't looked
Just
at the new
curious.
version.
I haven't read anything 5e in the last 4 years.
That's all right. All right. Butt sauce.
Bats.
Bad
What's
sauce.
up?
Just sign up to rebelOasisStudios.com because the future best story of the Phenomenon-Oververse is coming very soon.
Yeah, I know. Phenomenal of issue 5.
Best character.
Oh, there's
The
some other
Wraith
book
Crown.
called The Wraith Crown's going to come out too.
Yeah.
No,
No, I'm really
I
excited.
kid. It's actually a very good script. I would not like. I'd be like quietly. It would have been awkward if the script was like bad. If the idea was bad, and be like, oh, I have to stream with this guy every week, and he's really trying to pitch this idea. So
Sure.
I'm glad I like the idea. I'm really glad. Otherwise, it would have been like, oh man.
No, it's a lot of it's I've been putting a lot into it, and
really
I'm excited
kick-ass
for it.
script.
It's
Dude,
like
the last page that I got that you showed.
dude, the last page that came out.
fucking
It's not
good.
even like I mean, it does have action to it. It's another There's a lot of like flashbacks to World War III for this story.
Yeah,
So
there might
I
even be
kinda
more
wanted-
of it in the Wraith Crown than there is in Phenomenal issue 1. Actually, there is more.
Yeah.
Objectively. So,
Yeah, and I did that because it works thematically for what the story's telling with, scars and effects of war, and then also being able to give the fans something that I know that they want to see, which is more of World War III.
Yeah,
from
no,
your
it is
books,
great.
so.
It is great. And then what you have coming up for me, it's different. It's a nice counterpiece. There's not going to be any abortion plot line in either of these books, so don't worry about that.
Yes, I can make that promise now. Yeah,
Nothing
Yeah.
to see here, baby. No, it's sorry.
no
So,
sub
that-
40 IQ characters. I disavow.
Well, anyway, on that note,
No weirdly flamboyant Bruce Campbell Devilmen here.
Well, I don't know.
no, there is not. I don't know why you hesitated. There absolutely is not. Not in the script I approved.
Isn't Bats a liberal?
I guess Bruce Campbell will be playing Galvin. I confirm.
Dude, MSK, like I try to figure out like how
This
his
is the
brain
best
works.
shit, dude.
Dude, Vaughn Coleman is so hung up on MSK being mad.
It's like
No, dude, MSK, you have to watch my last stream. Like I get like annoyed. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
it's like like
I'm like, on
Warhammer.
my stream trying to promote my book, and it's like I'm in fucking hell. We're like 20 minutes in the stream. I'm like, dude, can I please talk about my book?
It's like in Warhammer, the
Or be
orcs
bitching
just
about
do
women. I'm
random
like,
damage.
What the fuck are
Yeah.
you talking about, dude? Like he'll go on this subject, or it's like I'm trying to promote my book, and I'll go, you know what, something else, and it'll be completely unrelated. I'm like, dude,
MSK's on
We're
a
so lucky
MSK's
that
doing
we
a
like the
20
guy.
minute.
We're so
MSK
lucky that we like him.
MSK, I believe that is racist. I'm Italian. You cannot say that.
MSK's on a 20-minute tirade about how he has sex with women, and Vaughn's like, "Can I please talk about Phenomenal?"
So speaking of which, that is live now on Kickstarter. Issue 3 is on my website if you want to get it. If you're like Nate, or just anyone that wants to get it right away, you can.
Yeah.
Or you can back it on a tier with the campaign and have them both ship out together. 4 is fully oh shit. Actually, I gotta think of I've been so scattered. Oh my god. All right, something else I gotta get done tonight. I'm barely gonna get any fucking sleep. I
only
have
yeah, like I said,
so the issue 5 cover is fucking done.
really.
Yeah, because I always include the cover for the next issue and part of the budget. So, but I think we might get started on 5 relatively soon. But to guarantee that it comes out faster, the more that I have coming in, the more confident I am on production costs and all of that stuff. So if you guys really want to see more of the series, back it if you can. What's going on? We're just closing out. I don't know if you're new here.
What's up?
Yeah, Phenomenal issue 4. We got the main cover right here. We got the Uncanny X-Men cover, the Viken Marion cover that everyone likes so much that I'm making a holofoil as well. We got Bobby's cover.
Good God.
Yeah, this was
Sorry.
the 48-hour cover, and if
Fucking-
you still want it, you have to back all the covers and give me
No,
all
hold
the
on,
money.
hold on. Go back to it real quick, Vaughn.
Yeah, damn.
Sorry.
She got that ash.
Then we got
man.
then we,
man.
you know what the
You can put that ass on a plate and I'd eat it like a cake.
So we got the fan art contest. And we also got, if you are a fan of the Accursed the Ripperverse or the Accursed John's Long
Why is
Box,
there
we have
so
a
much cake?
mini
Oh my
print.
God.
No,
I'm about to bust.
I mean,
everyone
Boston
make
does
sure to back,
make you feel good.
And I'll put this link in the chat. Oh, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Let's keep this campaign going. We're about halfway through. Normally, campaigns, these look very 2000s, which is a compliment. Thank you. Well, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And I'm going to go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link to my website as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And on that note, keep an eye out for everything. And if you're in Vegas, I'll see you soon. If not, I'll see you at a point.
Von Coleman bad.
Indeed.
My name is Miles Hanksley. I am Galvanite. My names are synonymous with failure because that's all they know. They don't know how hard I've worked since the reactor. Today, I will prove that I'm not a failure. I am worthy of joining Phenomenova.